Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Doodle Stream, where every Friday across Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, we spend 3 hours together while I attempt to doodle out your ideas and suggestions from the chat. I picked the theme, technically for the last week for a little while, and you pitched the ideas. We're actually starting the next episode is our patron themes, just so you know. Before we dive in the doodles for today, I'd like to remind everyone where you can find me outside of our time here together. You can find my website. Oops. KevinAHinkle.com or on social media at Mr. Kevin Hinkle. Or if you want to just follow my artwork and you don't really care about me, at MrHinkleDraws is just fine. You can follow that too. If you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscription button on YouTube or hit the follow on Twitch or Facebook. Hit all the likes, hit all the thumbs up, all the hearts, all the things you can find to validate my entire career as an artist. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If it's within your means, please consider supporting my work over on Patreon. Patreon helps content creators like me, like lots of others, by allowing their fans to pledge continuous financial support. So our tiers are as low as $1. So if you enjoy the content I share, such as hosting this stream every week for almost 3 years running, or the plethora of content I put online, please consider joining. It's only $1 a month at the lowest tier. It means a lot. It all adds up. It all makes a difference, especially around this time of the month when that rent check gets cashed and I go, whoops, there goes $1,500 out of my bank account. So please check that out. One of the rewards for supporting is a shout out during all videos and all live streams. So that is the list you see before you right now. All of these folks have already pledged their support, and I thank them again very, very much. Let's see. I think that's it. Oh, no, I have one more announcement. I have another announcement. And I know there's a lot of folks already in the chat, so thank you guys for being here. New stuff, new stickers. I just did a huge upload of new products over on my Etsy store, and I will be rolling those over to my website in the next couple days. So it's not on my website yet, but it's on the Etsy store. It will be across both. But if you're really, really excited and you want to get in as quickly as possible, you can head over to Etsy. I just uploaded 15 new products. They are all stickers. Some of them you've probably seen for a little while. I can't recall if I made a point to advertise that I had the Legend of Zelda stickers, so I included them on this just so you guys can once again get a reminder. I do have Legend of Zelda stickers. I have 5 of them, but also the Full Metal Alchemist stickers are finally available. That's these guys down here. That's Ed and Al. They're finally up for sale if you're a fan of that show, that anime. This one this was a plan from the beginning. I've got the Squirtle Squad Squirtle variant sticker finally up there. That is a mirrored material, so there is a shine to it. It's not holographic. It is like a metal, so it does look like he's wearing some pretty cool mirror sunglasses. I really, really like the quality of that. So Squirtle Squad, aka the Turtle Squad sticker, is up on the store. Bomberman is up there. If you're a Bomberman fan, I'm a big Bomberman fan, but I know he doesn't get a lot of love these days. And then the biggest, before I get to the pets, the new Doodle Stream sticker is up. So the old style that I marked down to $1, the old branding, is finally donezo. So I've refreshed it with the new one. I know, believe me, it bothers me just as much when I update all the branding. I'm like, God, I got to update everything. But the new one is up there in case you want. So it's back to full price because it's the new design. It's a little bit bigger than the old one too. But that's up there. That's the newest, and that'll ride for as long as I can get. And finally, last but not least, the dogs, the doggos. The doggos are finally there. All 10. The Basset Hound, Beagle, Bulldog, Chihuahua, Dalmatian, German Shepherd, Labrador Retriever, Pit Bull, Pug, and the Yorkie are available. I have gotten an awesome, awesome, awesome reception for the pets on social media. Tons of comments, lots of engagement. A lot of people giving me suggestions on what dogs they want. But as with everything, you guys know, if they sell well, I will do more. If they don't sell well, I will not. because it's a numbers game, and I got to make sure I'm maximizing my time and making sure I'm producing content that I can support my family with, and products that I can support my family with. So if you'd like to grab some of those, check it out. There are going to be the next wave is cats. So if you're not a dog person and you're a cat person, hang out for a little bit. Hopefully in the next month, maybe 6-ish weeks, I'll have the cat wave, and then the cat stickers will go up. But right now, dogs are the name of the game. So all this stuff's up there. Remember, I do have bundle packs. If you want to pick any 5 stickers, doesn't matter if they have anything to do with each other. Doesn't matter. You could want the ghost face, Scream Killer, Mario, and a Beagle. Doesn't matter. Pick any 5 stickers you want. Save a little money, $18. Pick 10 stickers, save a little money, $35. So check it out. That does help me, supports my family, supports my artwork, supports what I'm doing. So those are all up there. Check that out. Etsy.com/shop/MrHinkleDraws. And then after a couple more days, I'll have it on KevinAHinkle.com/shop as well. There you go. Get that out of the way. So today is all about memes, internet stuff, the lulz. And for some reason, somebody came to mind. I don't know why. I was like, you know what? I wonder if he's available to help me today. So welcome for the first time ever to this side of the screen, Joseph Zawada.
Hey. How are you, Kevin?
Are you a meme expert?
I'd say so. I peruse the internet quite a bit, so I've come across a fair few memes in my days.
Yeah. I mean, as a observer of yours, I would say you're an expert in the meme field. Thank you for taking the time to help me out today.
Appreciate of course. Thank you for the invitation.
So Joseph is here. He's going to chat with me. He's going to chat with you guys, and he's also keeping an eye out for your suggestions in the chat. As always, if you have ideas, throw them out there. We'll collect them, and then, unfortunately, we can't get to all of them, but we'll get to as many as we can. We'll have a good time. And hello to everybody who's already here. Zbrix, nice to see you watching over on Twitch. Lindsay's on both YouTube and Twitch. That's dedication right there. Deanna, hello. Of course, Joseph Zawada is everywhere in the chat and on the stream. Ken is here. Funny Figs is here. Golden Light Pictures is here. Let's see. Am I missing anybody? Ed is watching on Facebook. Hey, what's up, Ed? And Rick is on Facebook as well. Hello. Nice to see you guys. Brett's Builds watching over on YouTube. And look, Moto is here. It's been a little while, Moto. How are you? Been a little bit. I have zero idea what to suggest for this one. That's okay. That's all right. So I drew this as the warm-up. This is my favorite meme. That I don't know what else to say about it. This is my favorite meme. I love it all the time. And I was telling Joseph before we started that I love that also people are lazy. And so they just like edit over an edit over an edit over an edit. So like you'll keep seeing this block like get bigger and it'll be black or it'll be purple. And they just keep adding a different. I love it. It's great. So good. Tommy Armstrong's watching over on Facebook. What's up, Tommy? Love the dogs. Awesome. Happy to hear that. Hopefully other people like them too. All right. I need to get this out of the way. I need to get this guy out of the way here.
What I like about this meme is back in my Tumblr days, this would show up on Tumblr and it started a thread of animes that include butterflies where the characters have no clue what they are. And it's like a common thing. Like I know in Sailor Moon, there was an enemy that just had butterflies swarming the Sailor Scouts. And they're all like, what are these weird flying things? What are these? And I guess it's like, and so like the conclusion was like, do butterflies not exist in Japan? Which I'm pretty sure they do. But for some reason, it's like a thing in anime that, yes, Ken, Tumblr. I agree, trash. But yeah, I guess it's inconclusive at this point.
It's inconclusive. All right, I'm going to start with the This Is Fine dog because that's another favorite of mine. So I definitely need to get that out of the way. What is up, Cranky Bricks? Hello. And Set to Build. Hey, nice to see. We got some friends popping in after a long time of seeing folks.
Yeah, some nice degenerate Lego Twitch streamers.
Some degenerate. I didn't say that. All right, let's get this dog. This is a great one. This is definitely another one of my favorites. So I picked this because this is episode 69. I've done 69 of the. Well, I've done more than that because I don't count the multiplayer episodes in the numbering. But I was like, oh no, episode 69. It's going to be a thing. It's going to be a thing. People are going to try to turn it into a thing. I don't want it to be a thing. So I'm like, how do I combat this? And I was like, oh man, if I do like memes and internet like culture and stuff, that is how I will diffuse this situation. And I think I feel good about it. I feel good about today. Get this
I gotta admit, some of the things y'all are posting, I have no clue what they are. So I'm having to look them up and be like, is this just a weird comment or is this a meme?
Is this weird or is this accurate? Bricks O'Brien is here. I'm not a degenerate. Wait, I'm not a Lego streamer. Boba Laveau is here. What's up? Cranky Bricks is fine. We'll leave. Don't chase people off. Yeah, memes is perfect for 69. Thank you, Lindsay. Am I missing something with 69? Well, you know what? That is not my place. That is not.
This looks like an Among Us character with arms.
It does. He might be a little too tall. His body's a little bit too tall. But so you know, it's funny. I've been testing out the shorts over on the YouTube circle. Mm-hmm. And some of them do phenomenally well. To date, my Starfire short, which is just taking one of the doodles from this show, and then I cut it out, and it's a minute long time lapse. Has 16,000 views on it.
Wow,
which is I mean, in a different like ecosystem for me. And then others just like I just did the Munsters coach, and it has 11. I'm like, well, I guess that one didn't quite hit the mark.
Yeah, you can't win them all, I suppose.
Nope, they can't all be winners.
I just remembered this dog. Cranky Bricks in the chat and I and a few of our friends, fellow degenerates, we were playing this game. What is it called? I have it on my phone. Gartic. And it's like a digital version of what is that game called? It's not Pictionary. Telestrations. It's like a mix of telephone, but with drawings.
Okay.
And one of them is, I think there were 5 of us, and the first person had a minute, and they drew this meme. Then the second person had 30 seconds, and then 15 seconds, and then like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And they just become abstract shapes and blobs of of fun.
Oh, Ghost Freaking Talk is here. 69 giggity. Yeah, see?
It can't be avoided.
I'm still waiting, Nick. You're killing me with I got no Ghost Freaking Talking content at all. I'm starved for podcasts and stuff. Brian threw his podcast up, and I like chewed through it the second it was like, I think I caught it when it was like, this went up 11 minutes ago. I was like, done. All right, next thing. This little table. Get the little table. This is fine. Everything's fine here. Oh, I saw somebody took this meme and they like reversed it where it was like a little like flame sitting on the chair and it was like dogs. I was like, wow, that was actually pretty funny.
I like when people edit a meme. That's always a good time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
I saw this.
What's up, Jeff?
Oh, hiya, Jeff.
No problem, Brian. I actually even listened to it when I was at the gym, which I don't like to listen to stuff at the gym. That's like when I need to look at stuff, because I listen to stuff when I work, but I was just like, I felt like I'd been waiting forever. So I was like, let me listen to this.
Oh, the new Cat's Out of the Bag?
Yes.
I watched it, or I listened to it yesterday while I was at work.
And this morning I caught the newest, I'm still watching this Bad Batch Star Wars show. It's all right. Like, it is getting a little bit more interesting, but I'm just like, I still haven't got to the point where I'm like, yes, I needed this content in my life. I'm like, no, all right, here we go.
I haven't started it yet. I probably won't.
Yeah, so far it's not really like super worth it yet.
Was it you saying it looked like the people were like carved out of wood?
No, that was Brian saying that.
Oh,
But it's true. I do really like the art style, but it's just like at certain angles, if you like get like extreme close-ups and stuff, it looks odd. It's like, nah, that doesn't quite work. But if you're gonna commit to the art style, you're gonna commit to the art style. That's what you're gonna do. Oh, let's get the clouds. Smoke up here.
Yeah, same with me, Golden Light Pictures. I haven't watched all the Clone Wars yet. Part of my confusion is apparently you can't just watch the show in like episode order. There's like a certain chronological order, and it's really all over the place, and I can't get into that. I don't have the brain cells.
So yes, there is, and it is. I don't like that at all. Because it's not just like a oops, I didn't watch in order. Oh well. Like there's characters that die, and then like the next episode they're alive, and you're like, wait a minute, you're dead. But then after the fact, you realize chronologically that one took place before the other one, and it's like, okay, why are you doing this? Like, why are you confusing me?
Yeah.
Because that was what caught me, is I kept seeing characters die, and then they were alive. Like, wait, what?
Yeah, the metaverse.
The metaverse.
It's turning out really good.
I wish they would have committed to another art style that's not Garbo. I don't think the art style is Garbo. I just think it doesn't quite work with like extreme close-ups of flesh, like faces, and it just looks a little odd. It definitely came a long way from the theatrical film when the art style was a little rough. I think it was just it was animated rough. I think is what it was. Okay, there we go. This is fine, dog.
Good stuff. Now, do you think that like iconic reaction GIFs count as memes?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Because I was trying to think.
I'm gonna allow it.
Okay. I was trying to think of what I wanted to suggest, and I couldn't think of any good ones, except for just like weird reactions.
We are recording tonight, says Nick, Nessie, and I, since Jiggle is way too busy for us anymore. Oh, what's up, brother from Another Brick? Sorry, I missed your comment earlier. Yeah, those teenagers, man. All right, let's pick another one here. What do we got? Oh, yeah, Angry Cat. Yeah.
I assumed that meant Grumpy Cat.
Right. I was like, Angry Cat sounds like it's slightly off, but yeah, Grumpy Cat. Yeah. I knew what he meant.
Yeah.
Yes. I
Bad Luck Brian, that's a classic.
Okay, let me get Grumpy Cat up. Oh, here we go. I'll switch this out. We got that. There we go. Let's see here. Grumpy Cat. That face. It's like, I feel love. It's like, wow. You are not happy.
I think it's an exotic short hair. I think that's the breed of cat. They're a weird looking cat.
She was such a sweet kitty. Yeah. All right, let's zoom in here. This would be kind of some good warm up for when I start the cat portraits.
Oh yeah,
which I need to do.
Yeah,
I'm not a cat person though. You guys, I've talked about that. I blame that stupid movie. It really was. When I saw that movie, it changed everything.
The movie
about
Cats. The original or the 2019 version?
No, not the musical. I saw this movie. I remember on the stream, we tried to, I think maybe Ray or maybe Jeff like solved the mystery of what the name of the film was, but it's like this old black and white film, like maybe a Hitchcock movie or something about like a killer cat. And I saw it. And I mean, I wasn't super young, but I was young enough that I'm like, well, that's burned in my head forever. And this cat like kills people. And the way it's just so gruesome, the way it does it. And I'm like, I will never be comfortable around cats again. It's just not going to happen. It's like the perfect Tales from the Dark Side. Yeah. It's like the perfect, like when you watch like Jaws and you're like, well, never swimming again.
Yeah. I hated Jaws. I never watched it, but I hated it.
I was so scared of swimming in my pool after watching Jaws.
So growing up, my family, like my extended family, we would all go rent a beach house in Delaware for like a week. And for some reason, just coincidentally, we always went there during Shark Week. So after like the beach, we'd go home and all the ads were for Shark Week and shark movies and Jaws. And it was horrific. And I always hated it. And I was like, I don't want to go in the water.
Yeah. I mean, they push it hard when that comes up.
Yeah. I also remember that one year we went there was this weird advertisement. What?
Nick got the scene and everything. He like that scene is like, oh my goodness. Technically,
falls into the man's mouth. Ooh.
Nick, it was the part when the cat comes back out through the same mouth.
Oof.
I'm like, oh, it makes me physically sick right now thinking about it. Oh my goodness. I was just like, these are evil creatures. These are evil, evil creatures.
And this one don't look that nice either.
No.
This one looks like it has a vendetta.
Trying to make it not as cartoony, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to succeed in that. Actually, since this is black and white, I'll just fill this in with black and then erase. That's what I'll do. That's what I'll do.
Hacks.
But yeah, if you guys have not seen the film of which we speak, I don't recommend it in any way, shape, or form. I mean, if you love that kind of stuff, if you're all about it, go for it. But it has literally scarred me for cats. Like I can't. I'm like, I see cats like in real life, and I'm like, is that thing gonna try to murder me? I was like, get it away from me.
It's coming out though. Looks good.
Do you have any films that have scarred you for life?
Me? Oh, let me try to think. I never watched this movie, but back in the day when Blockbuster was a thing, we would go to Blockbuster and I would always see the Chucky movies, and I always hated that. And I developed like a massive fear of dolls for years.
Yeah. I've never liked that series of films because I have a hard time with the whole comedy gore mix. I know that's a thing. That's a whole genre and it's a thing, but I don't like the mix. I'm like,
I don't like any movie or show or clip or anything or graphic where people like humanize inanimate objects and they're either doing something sad or something sad is happening to them. It really affects me and it makes me really, really sad. I remember I saw this one and it was it's kind of gross. It was like a family of pimples and there was like a mom and a dad and a baby, and then like someone squeezed the dad pimple and then like the mom and the baby were like horrified, and I'm like, that's horrifying, and I felt really bad. Wow. And I thought about it for like 30 minutes, which isn't that long of a time, but to think about that for 30 minutes was unfortunate. So I hate stuff like that.
Oh, you know what? And I've mentioned this before too. The other one that like as much as I try to get out of my head, Sausage Party has ruined me. I can't believe like my like some of my friends at work constantly would like quote it all the time. And they thought it was hilarious, and they're like, "Oh, you never seen him?" Like, no, Never seen it. It doesn't look good. And then I was like kind of sick of like always being left out of all their like one-liners and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna watch it. And so I remember watching it, and of course I watched it at the gym. This was years and years ago.
Ugh.
And I was like, again, like physically ill. I was like, this
so
is
disgusting.
the worst movie I've ever seen. I was like, oh no. And you know what's great is then I went to work and I said, well, I watched it. And they were like, no, Kevin, you weren't supposed to watch that movie. I was like, yeah, but you guys, I always felt left out. And they're like, Kevin, that's not a Kevin movie.
Yeah.
Like,
Isabel, same thing. Every time on Netflix, I see that dumb sausage with that dumb smile. I'm like, oh, so gross.
It's don't recommend that one either. What's up, Milan? Hello, and Isabel, hello. Ain't no party like a sausage party. Well, I'd rather a lot of other parties. Okay, I think I'm done with it. I don't know if it's super good, but there it is. There's a cat. I
recognize it.
Yeah, could be a little better, but yeah, you know, they can't all be winners.
It looks menacing.
It does. It's probably just my own inflection of how I feel about
your opinion of cats.
Oh, that scene. Oh, forever will haunt me. I think Ray drew that on a picture he gave me. He gave me a picture, like there was a goat and stuff, but there was a cat. Something was happening with the cat, and I was like, is that what I think it is? But it's like, it's covered enough that it's like, wasn't that big a deal. But I'm like, All right, let me pick another one here. The Robert Downey Jr. It's not, okay. I'm going to ban that word.
Robert Downey Jr.?
Robert Downey, ban his name in the chat. Let's pick another one. Let me go through the private chat. We are collecting suggestions. So if something pops into your mind, feel free to throw it out there. And thank you again to everybody who's watching. Don't forget to like if you haven't liked or hearted or any of the things you feel your heart tells you to do.
Oh, I know what mine's going to be. It'll make absolutely no sense to most of the chat, but it'll make a lot of sense to me.
Oh, the Kermit meme with the T? With the T, that's a good one. All right, let's see. Let me get that one. 1013. Where did you go?
We have Rick Ashley in the chat or in the queue. Golden Light Pictures. Oh, Elmo on Fire. That's a new one.
Oh yeah, yep. Throwing the hands up. That's perfect. Well, thank you, Ken. Yeah, I use that for the. I was using that for like the social promo on Instagram. Mm-hmm. All right, Kermit the Frog here. Oh, there's two because there's like the Kermit with the T, and then there's like the dark,
the evil Kermit. Yeah.
I'm gonna do the T though because that's the one I think about. I think about the T.
Yeah, I think unless I'm mistaken, set to build one of his emotes on Twitch is him.
Yeah.
As Kermit.
Yeah, I think you're right. I remember that.
Speaking of Kermit the Frog impressions, there's this podcast I listen to. It's called Frenemies, and it one of the people on there is this like inner long-term YouTube star, kind of like not outcast. That makes it sound like people don't like her, but she wasn't ever in like the main crew because she's kind of difficult to market, let's say, and kind of has a problematic past, but. They were doing impressions, and she goes, "Oh, guess mine." And she goes, "Kermit the Frog here," and everyone like starts laughing at her, and she's like, "Did you get it?" And they're like, "Kermit?
Did you get it?"
And they're like, "Normally, when you're trying to have someone guess an impression, you don't say, 'Hi, I'm this person.'" They're like, That's...
"Do you know who I was trying to be?" It's like, yeah,
yeah, we all got it. Not because of the impression, which wasn't that great, but
that's pretty good.
Yes, funny figs. There's like the main group of like YouTube stars that YouTube likes to promote because they're good for advertisers or whatever. And Miss Trisha Paytas is Isabel, quote, difficult to market is an understatement. Exactly, Isabel. But yeah, she's not in that in that crowd. One of my favorite videos of her is it's her crying on the floor, like not well, and she opens it. What she's like, do you ever wake up in the morning and just feel like a chicken nugget? You're
Oh my
delicious
goodness.
and tasty and crispy, but inside you're just pink goop.
That's actually, I mean, that's a pretty good.
I think Katy Perry, that should have been Katy Perry's song, Firework, do you ever feel like a plastic bag? I feel like chicken nugget speaks more to me. She should have added Trisha Paytas as a writer on that record.
Oh, good. Surprise Pikachu. That's a good one.
Yep, that is a good one.
Welcome, my sister. Thanks for watching on Facebook. Appreciate it. Always nice to get family support. That is a good one, though. I did that one. It was a while ago, but I did that one on the 2019 during 2019. So that was on the. It wasn't that great. I mean, I did it really quickly, but that was on the print from back then. And so I mentioned this earlier in the stream, but I'll mention it again just in case. We've got some more people watching the stream now. This is the last episode where I am picking the theme for a while. So if you are a patron supporter, make sure you get on over to Patreon and make your suggestions for themes, because we're going to be doing patron picked themes for the foreseeable future. And there's not necessarily a limit on how many you can suggest. I didn't know that people were going to suggest more than one, and quite a few have. So I'm like, all right, that's fine. Whatever. We'll do that. So make sure you get on there and do that if you haven't, because we're going to be rocking that for a while. And there's some really interesting themes in there.
Yeah, I have to come up with one.
Yeah, you've got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Little Lipton tea. Well, that's none of my business. Did you get it? Do you understand what I was doing? Yeah.
No, I got it.
We got it.
I've been really. What's that song? Rainbow Connection. That's a song from that Kermit sings. I love that song. Like, unironically, I think it's a good song. I wish that someone would sing it that wasn't Kermit, but
yeah, like I want a real performance
Yeah.
to sing this song. It's none of my business.
What? Can I suggest a dolphin-human hybrid? What is that?
Oh goodness. I mean, you can if you want, Jeff. I mean, that's going to be the whole stream. So
Isn't that just like kind of a mermaid?
he's
Ew, these are horrifying.
Oh no.
Ew.
Yeah, he is specifically referencing our comic development that we were doing.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, if you wanted to do that, just know what you are bringing forth.
Jeff, I'm going to DM you the first thing that showed up when I looked up dolphin-human hybrid. Check your Discord. Joseph sounds like Michael Cera. I've heard worse.
I've heard worse.
I don't know what Michael Cera sounds like, but I've watched Arrested Development like once, so
You know what I say about that? It's none of my business. There you go, Kermit. This is already bringing me joy to see this little lineup of folks. Oh, let me adjust it so you guys can see a little better.
these are all really good.
Good
These
stuff.
are all like pretty classic memes.
Yeah. All right, let me pick another one. Do any of these speak out to you, Joseph? Do you have one that you are leaning towards?
Oh, of these,
of any of the things that's been suggested?
Okay, well, Deanna recommended one, but you're not allowed to draw that, but I included it just in
Oh.
case.
Oh, what was it?
She wanted you to draw my castle meme.
Oh, I'm not allowed to draw. We might do that one. We might do that
You've
one.
left
We'll
that
see.
behind.
I mean, I have. That's more about you. Well, I don't know. We'll see. All right.
Let's see.
Go on.
Boyfriend checking out other girl, but me walking with Nessie looking back at a girl ghost. I don't know what that means. I assume you know what that means.
That's Nick. Nick's always trying to get me to draw his girlfriend constantly.
Oh, walking with Nessie. I thought it was walking Nessie, so I assumed it was like an animal. No offense.
No.
I'm sure your girlfriend's lovely.
Let's see. Golden Light Pictures. How's the comic going anyway? It's going really well. It's going really, really well. There is, I think, 3 posts up on Patreon. For those that support me over there. Again, it's only $1. $1 a month gets you access to a ton of content on Patreon. But I've put a lot of stuff up there. A lot of like character development stuff.
Oh, this is a good one. The monkey puppet turning head meme. I like that one.
Okay, yep. Put that up on the screen.
That's a good
one.
I
think I know what that is without having to look it up, but I'm gonna look it up because I don't trust myself, but I think I know what that is. Is that the like he's kind of disgusted, maybe?
He looks kind of concerned. Oh, the other pictures of him.
Oh, okay.
Cute.
This is not the one I thought of, but this is a good one. There's another one that's like, maybe it's the same character, but yeah, that's a good one. That face with the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's do that one. I guess puppets are good for memes, huh?
Yeah, because they're like expressive in kind of like a very simplistic way. I think that they translate very well. There's not a lot of nuance with a puppet. Did you know that Jim Henson Studios is moving out of Los Angeles? They're moving to Texas.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Is there a reason?
I don't know. I just saw it in a video.
One of my life goals once upon a time, before it was no longer really possible, was to make a puppet at the FAO Schwartz location in New York City, because they had the actual like Jim Henson official licensed puppet maker workshop or whatever it was called.
Oh.
So I don't know if anybody has seen that before, but the giant FAO Schwartz toy store had this official like Jim Henson's workshop thing where you could make a puppet. They were crazy expensive. I think it was like, it started at $200, I think. But they had people there, ready to go. They like, it was legit. I was like, oh, I have to do one of these one day. And then that whole, business went bankrupt. And so I was like, well,
I watched a video, and it was this girl, I think her name was like Jenny Nicholson, which I think she's like a famous for some reason in some circles. I don't know, but she's a YouTuber, and she said she used to go to that toy store in the early 2000s, and there were giant like animal plush toys that were like thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
These huge ones, and they had a giant Aragog the spider.
Yeah.
And she had wanted it as a child, but it was like $2,000.
Yep.
But then as like a grown woman in her 20s, she's like, I'm going to go buy this thing. And she found one at a bookstore in Colorado. And so now she just owns this giant plush spider. And she asked the guy who she bought it from what the story was. And he said a local bookstore had purchased it as like they purchased a bunch of them for like their fictional book section. And the kids were horrified by it. And like refused to go into that section of the store, so they had to get rid of it.
Yeah, that's exactly my memory.
Yes, Isabel.
Of going there.
Isabel has seen this video. Yeah,
they had like all kind. You know what else? FAO Schwartz had was like they had like this really premium, high end, like Disney and Marvel, like art area,
Mhm.
like where you could buy like painted cells from the original. I mean,
Yeah.
and there was a guy there with like white gloves,
Yep.
and they wouldn't let you look at certain things. Like they would have to get it out for you.
Yep.
And I mean, it all just fell apart when everything went under. And then they reopened, and I was like, I wonder if they did their bankruptcy, and then they reopened with like that tiny little location. And I was like, are they going to have any of the cool stuff again? And like, they didn't have any of that stuff in the, like they don't have the Jim Henson thing. They don't have the high end art collecting thing. It's just like, nope, that stuff's gone.
Yeah. I have a friend. I was chatting with her yesterday on Discord, and she was showing us her house, and she's so much cool stuff from like TV show and movie productions. And I'm like, this stuff is cool. So she works for Leica, the company that makes Coraline. So she has a bunch of like the original production puppets, and she has all these really cool things from like those movies. And she has like a gallery of like animation cells, and which is something I've been thinking of getting into.
Animation?
No, the cells, collecting cells from shows that I like.
Yeah.
And the problem is that I guess I'm not a huge like cartoon buff. So when I go on these sites that sell them, or maybe just the good ones I'll go, they're either shows I don't recognize or they're insanely expensive.
Yeah.
Like I wanted these ones from like My Neighbor Totoro and a bunch of old Ghibli films, and they're like $10,000-$15,000. And I mean, I don't get that Patreon money like you, so I can't be buying things like that.
Like me. Thank you. I saw this thread in one of these art groups I'm in a bunch of art groups on Facebook, and I don't know how long I'm going to stay in them because they're kind of awful, but I'm like, all right. And this one person posted this thread, and it was like, how dare all you artists get off charging us all this money to share your artwork with us, and you're just getting rich, and we just want like free art and like to inspire us and help us escape and all. It was probably just fishing for something. But the first comment, like the very first comment, was, "You think we make money?" Like it had like all the reactions were to that comment and not to the, and it's just like great. But yes, wait, there's the finished. Here's the finished puppet.
I like how you made him look fuzzy with like the little.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it.
Yes.
He's cute.
I know what you mean. Thanks for the monkey. Yeah, you're welcome. All right, let's pick another one.
Half of these are all from Golden Light Pictures.
He's a meme. Is it called a meme lord?
Yeah,
I know that's a thing. I know that's a thing. I'm the meme lord. And everybody knows what they are, even if you don't know what they are. I think, right at this point, is it safe to say that everyone knows what a meme is, even if you don't know what a meme is?
Yeah, even like older people, they love memes. They love a good Minion meme.
A good Minion meme.
Okay, if you go on like a Facebook of like, not to age shame anyone, but as your age goes up, your love of Minion memes and Tweety Bird memes goes up. It's true. It's literal science.
Oh, we should do this, the Big Chungus, because I know Brian has been all over this for like weeks now.
Yeah, he's been all about it.
Let's see, 10:30. What's up, Bama? Bama Bricks is here. Where did that go? 10:30.
No, Golden Knight. It's all right. It's just we're going through them pretty fast, and I'm looking, and you're recommending the most, not in a bad way, in a very constructive way.
Oh, that's cool, Jeff. Animation cells from the real Ghostbusters. That's really cool. That probably costs a little bit, unless it was a gift.
Brian, the Chunga.
The Chunga. What is it? It says Chunga Lunga Bunga. I was like, oh no. Oh goodness me. I remember that episode though. Watching that when I was a kid. I was like, oh, all right, okay. This has got it. I can't let everybody down. This is important.
See, we have Catherine. She says, it's true. I can confirm I didn't understand Minions for years. Now I buy Xmas-themed ornaments every year.
Look at that. See, memes are bringing people together. Oh my goodness. This is ridiculous.
Ooh,
All right.
that reminds me. I'm in like a few Discord servers that have dedicated meme channels. Let me see if there's any good ones. The problem is that... Never mind. I was about to say something I can't say.
Oh, all right. Oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. All right.
All right, I was going to say, some of these, I'm like, they're not funny. Some of the things that people post are just not funny, but I guess that's everything.
Yeah, you know, they can't all be winners.
Ew, that was disgusting the one I just looked at.
Memes uniting
Joseph,
the world.
please don't use any of mine as they're not family friendly.
That's Jeff's brand. His brand is not family friendly.
I was telling Jeff that I appreciate that. I feel that
it's all right. Not everybody should be.
Yeah, it's good to have like a mix. Sometimes you need a little bit of that.
I agree completely.
I don't watch Blues for a reason.
I like watching or listening to comedians, and I like some of the kind of raunchier acts and stuff because they just, I don't know, they're funnier to me.
Some blue humor.
Yeah. But it's like that's not always appropriate. It's like I was picking up my son from work one day, and I was listening to comedy in the car, and it was one of those, and I was like, well, we're not doing this right now. I was like, I was enjoying it. I was committed to the act.
Mm-hmm.
And then I picked him up, and I let it go for a couple minutes, and I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
And we're done.
I didn't realize how much this is like shaped like an eggplant.
Oh yeah.
Or like a gourd of some sort. Even an eggplant, a gourd.
Yep. A gourd is that's a good analogy for this.
I always around Halloween time, I always thought that people who decorated with gourds were so fancy rather than pumpkins. I was like, gourds are like the rich people's pumpkins for some reason.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Which I don't know why that makes any sense, but I always thought that like Disney was like fancier than Nickelodeon, which was fancier than Cartoon Network, which was fancier than like PBS.
Yep.
Even though again that makes no sense. Well, PBS is free, so I guess that could be an argument there, but they had fun programming growing up. Between the Lions. That was a good one.
Are you talking about PBS?
Yeah.
I don't remember what I know I watched some of it, but I don't remember a lot. Because I was mostly a Nickelodeon.
I was mostly a Disney kid.
Disney. Did I watch anything on Disney? I don't think I did. I just wasn't a big Disney Channel fan.
I was very into like That's So Raven. I loved that show.
That was a big thing at one point. I know that was a huge, like that was like if you weren't watching it, you were like almost ridiculed. It's like, you're not watching it? I'm like, nope.
Yeah, I love that show. That was a good one. I really liked like The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. That was a fun one.
Yep. That's another one that I remember being talked about a lot.
Yeah, I don't remember any of the other ones.
Big Chungus is too big to fit on the scale. It kind of is. Kind of is, actually. To get all the details.
He kind of looks like Grimace if you painted him purple.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I love Grimace. Grimace is my favorite McDonald's mascot.
They need to do more with those characters. They're like, for the most part, kind of in like cryogenic freeze right now. Yeah. Like they're there. They haven't like killed them off because I do think they pop up every now and then, but it's just like they don't reuse them.
Speaking of McDonald's, I don't know if Cranky's still on. Are you aware of the BTS McDonald's collaboration that's going on right now? I have thoughts.
Is it with dipping sauce?
Yes.
Or yeah, I've heard of. Yeah, I have thoughts.
So, I tried the dipping sauces the other day.
Yeah.
And I was live reacting to it on Cranky Brick's Twitch stream, and then it eventually divulged into a K-pop discussion, which she was like horrified by. which I'm like fair. But oh, here we have a request.
Yeah, don't worry. We're still collecting.
Yeah,
in our discussions.
She was like, please, like after a while, she's like, can we please stop talking about this? Which I was like, okay, honestly, fair. But I thought the sauces were good. I think the sweet chili was my favorite, but I thought it kind of, or the sweet chili, yeah, that's what it's called. But I thought it was kind of medicinal. But I will say, I do think it is McDonald's best celebrity collaboration.
How many have they done?
I think they've done like 3 or 4 in the past year or two. And the problem is they always make them sound like big deals. They're like limited time, like we're collaborating with like Lil Nas X, blah, 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 blah. And then everyone gets excited. And then you show up and it's a Big Mac medium combo with a Diet Coke.
Well, wasn't there a rapper who did one kind of like a Cactus Jack thing?
I don't know.
Is that that sounds familiar. I remember seeing something Cactus Jack was like trending, or it was on social media or something. I don't know.
Jack is a wrestler. Or Travis Scott. Okay, that's a record label.
I don't know. I'm making up stuff now. What's up, Jonas Playhouse? Thanks for watching over on YouTube. Appreciate you being here. We didn't have Disney for most of our childhood. That probably made a difference in me watching it. Let's see. That is a good one. The first time one.
I just learned about that. My parents were like, children, we need to watch this show together. It's very funny. And we watched the first episode and I was like, this show is weird.
All right. There's our, let me back up for a second.
Travis Scott. That's it, Lindsay. It was Travis Scott. You're correct. Ding, ding, ding.
That was one that I remember there was just a lot of advertising money. So I kept seeing it like on social media and stuff.
Yeah, and it was for like a Big Mac with a Diet Coke. And that's what they all are. You're just ordering some random thing that you could always order, but now you just know that's what that celebrity eats, which I think is like really sad part of consumer culture. At least BTS giving you that good new sauce. Yeah.
What's up, Arctic Arts? Nice to see you, buddy. Watching over on Twitch. Nick says, I love it when Kevin talks like he's hit with the kid. Yeah, I'm the what's that guy's name? Steve Buscemi. I walked in with this hello fellow youths. That's totally me. Oh man. So yeah, we're drawing memes today, Arctic.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm surprised no one's put in hello fellow youths yet.
Yeah, hello, fellow youths. So there's our Big Chungus. Big Chungus is here. There he is. All right, let me pick another one.
There's also a shoe company, a shoe designer called Buscemi. They make ugly shoes. No offense. No offense if Mr. Buscemi is watching.
I mean, I'll take it. Is he watching? Hello, I'm a big fan. What is the? Let me see. Yeah, I don't know a handful of these either. So, let's see. Let me look up some of these.
Jeff, that is literally a lie because I showed you a picture of the shoes and you said they were ugly. Jeff's like, I'm offended. I showed Jeff the shoes and he said they were ugly.
I believe you.
Because of course I'm dumb and bought a pair.
I believe you. Hey, what's up, Addison Versus? Nice to see you. It's been a long time. A long time. Hope you are well. Should do pointing at the cat meme. Is that the one where the cat's like dancing? Or like
no, it's like it's pointing at like a Real Housewife. She's like over a salad screaming and then
that one. Yes.
I think is that cat pointing?
That's right. The two ladies are like arguing or one's holding the other one back or something.
Yeah. Oh, she's pointing and the cat is like angrily looking across a salad. I think that's what they're talking about.
You know what? I think that is too. I'm gonna run with that. That's what I'm gonna run with.
That's a good one. There's this iconic scene. I don't watch that show. I think it's Real Housewife. That woman, yeah, that one's a Real Housewife, that lady. And they're fighting. And
yes.
They're at the reunion. And she's like, you're fake. You've always been fake. I've never liked you. You're fake. Blah, 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 blah. You fake everything. And the woman stands up. She said, the only thing fake about me is this. And she rips off her prosthetic leg and throws it at the camera.
Oh, my goodness. Oh,
And then it's like
man.
laying on the floor, and then the women are all like, "Oh my gosh, it's so disgusting." I'm like, "Okay, really, y'all? It's a plastic leg. Like, don't shame this woman for having a prosthetic limb. It's not a big deal."
Oh, goodness gracious.
That would be me on television throwing like fake limbs at people.
You all of a sudden you have a prosthetic. You don't even have a prosthetic leg, but you bring one with you.
I bring one just in case. Yep, that's one way to get a leg up on the competition. Yep.
Oh, boo. Who said that?
Arctic.
Oh, okay. I was like, who said that? I mean, it's true, but still.
That reminds. So, like after that went viral, that clip. There's a show I watched called Drag Race, and one of the contestants, she was loved on her first season, but was brought back for All Stars, and then everyone hated her because they said she was fake and nasty. So she redid that monologue and took off a fake prosthetic leg and threw it, and it was wearing like this like dumpy little orthopedic shoe with like these like weird socks. But then she still had like her two legs sitting there. It was very funny. But hey, she was able to like detract attention away from her from like a topic of conversation that was not going her way.
There you go. That's it, right? That's what it's all about.
Yeah. Isabel, that's good. Isabel writes, my friend at university had a prosthetic arm, and one time I asked him to give me a hand with something, and he gave me his prosthetic.
I can already see, like, I've been waiting for this moment.
Yeah.
That's like, it's time. It is time.
It's like, you know, when you're like standing in the shower and you think of like conversations and you plan them out in your head. I feel like that's one of those things where it's like,
yeah,
one day this will be my moment and I'll be able to say this.
Yep. Yep. Thank you, Tommy. Appreciate that. He says, you know, you are really good. Well, I appreciate it.
That's sweet.
I appreciate that. That cat, his little face with the salad.
Can you do the soup meme? Is there a soup meme?
I'm sure there is. I'm sure there is.
Soup memes.
Where there's
I see a frog that's just saying soup.
Where there's a meme, there's a way.
Okay, I see that like weird dog that's in all the memes saying, I can't find them. There's only soup. The soup time meme. Okay, let me look this up. Okay, yeah, that's the frog one. Yeah. I saw that. Oh. Oops, ignore that. I didn't put the name or the timestamp.
Jonah's Playhouse says, I don't really know a lot of memes. I think you probably, we were talking about this earlier, you probably know more than you think you know. I mean, I definitely would say like, oh, I don't know a lot of memes. I would say that about myself. Like, I don't know a lot of memes. But then I'm like, oh, I guess I do. Because then you start realizing how many of the things are memes.
Oh, this one's a little bit gruesome.
Which one?
Think, Mark, think.
Oh yeah, that's a new one. That's Invincible, right? That's a show that has been getting a lot of attention, and I saw a clip or two, and I was like, "Whoa, this is violent." I have a weak stomach for stuff like that.
Me too. I resonate with that.
So it's like, I mean, I've heard from a lot of people that it's not always like that, but I'm just like, I don't know. I've seen enough that I don't know if I can commit to this show. Moto says, come for the memes and stay for the lulls. There you go. There it is.
Oh, you know, this reminds me of, I once saw, I was at, what is that place called? It's not Inner Harbor. That's in Baltimore. The Wharf, the DC Wharf, Washington, DC Wharf. And there was this woman who was dressed not inappropriately in the sense that like traditionally like, oh, she's like, there's too much skin, blah, 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 but just very flashy for where we were. And I'm like, who is this woman who's like walking aimlessly around, not doing anything, but just like pacing and then turning and then pacing the other way. And she was wearing a sequin cat suit with a train. Like there was like a bustle and a train. And I'm like, that's a lot of look, ma'am. Like good for her. But later I was there for a book signing. And after the book signing, I came back out and I saw the same woman. And then she was there with like someone was doing her hair and she had changed outfits. And she was now in like a denim mini dress. And she was walking into this restaurant, closing the door behind her, then leaving, then walking into the restaurant and closing the door behind her. She did it like 5 times. And then, and there was someone filming her. I was like, what is this? And then afterward, like the cameraman gave like a little wave and then all these women like rushed up to go see her. And I asked, I was like, who is that? And they're like, oh, that's so-and-so from the Real Housewives of the Potomac. And I was like,
Real Housewives of the Potomac.
Yeah, I was like, oh, all right.
Okay, then you walk away.
Which, mind you, Wendy Williams, she was doing a thing where if you could correctly guess, I guess all the Real Housewives hold something like silver, like an apple or a peach or something. And she's like, if you can guess what the Real Housewives of the Potomac will be carrying, you would win like $1,000. And I immediately knew what it was. I knew it was going to be crabs. I knew that they were going to be holding crabs, and I was right.
Really? Did you win?
Yeah.
Did you?
No, because it was like an after the fact. It was like a rerun.
Oh, I gotcha. Like this contest has already ended.
Yeah, but literally, like everyone in the state of Maryland would have known. It would be like that, or maybe an oyster.
Gotcha.
Addison, we do have a surprised Pikachu. We do have that.
Okay, we've got half of this. Here's half of this. All right, now. It's all about the plate of the lettuce.
Yeah.
It's not even a salad. It's a square plate.
Is it just lettuce?
It's like a couple strands of lettuce.
I once went to, this really fancy restaurant, Olive Garden, real classy joint.
Yeah.
And I ordered a Caesar salad.
I've heard of it.
She came out with a bowl of lettuce and with cheese on it.
Yeah.
I was like, is this it? She's like, yep, that's it. Really I'm like, classy. No croutons, no anchovies, no dressing.
Really classy joint.
Yeah, Potomac. Yep.
We go to Olive Garden like once every half a year, maybe.
Yeah, I have no problem with Olive Garden. I have nothing against it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. The thing is, my wife and I are always like, "Oh, Olive Garden," and we go and we're like, "Nah." We're like, we'll go back in another 6 months. Like, there's not really anything. Again, like, we don't think there's anything bad about it. It's just like, nah. Like, we have like a better idea in our mind of what it should be than what it is. It's like, nah, that's not what we wanted. All right, Cat.
If you want real Italian cooking, you go to Saboro's.
Oh yeah.
Go to your local food court.
That Office episode where Michael Scott's like in New York City. I always hit my local pizza joint. He like runs across the street at Saboro's Pizza.
I once went to IHOP and ordered a salad, and they brought out a full head of lettuce, and that was it. It's kind of like a Cobb salad, like a really sad Cobb salad.
Yeah, Joseph has the best stories, honestly. You do.
I've lived an interesting life. I feel like I invite the madness. I bring it, so I also invite other people to give it back to me. So I love this cat. It's like
we went to IHOP once and ordered a salad, and they brought out the full head of lettuce. That was it. Says Ray.
That's good stuff. That
is a great one. Your first problem was going to IHOP.
Exactly.
says Art.
The only recent time I've gone to IHOP was I mean, it was a few years ago now, and I forgot that I wasn't working the morning shift that day, so I drove to work, and they were like, "Oh, you're not supposed to work until like 1 o'clock," and they're like, "You're welcome to stay." I said, "Absolutely not. I'm not staying." And then they're like, "Chantel called out." I'm like, "Well, Chantel can rot. Like, I'm not staying." Like, so then I sat at an IHOP for like 3 hours.
You don't understand how this works. Oh man, that I didn't do that very often in my career of working like retail, but I mean, it happened a couple times, and the whole like, oops, I wasn't supposed to be here for another 4 hours is like really bad. That's a terrible, because then it's like, what am I gonna do? I'm not gonna go home. I guess I'm gonna drive around the area. I don't like, what am I gonna do here?
I missed working in retail.
All right, there we go. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Classic one right there.
I miss retail. I miss the interactions with like ill-informed customers. And them like fighting with everything that they have to prove that they're wrong.
Everything.
Or
that,
to prove that they're correct. And I'm like, you are wrong. You are not correct. And I loved it. I loved it so much.
Let's see here. Let's get what do we got? Looking up some of these again.
Yeah, I look up all of them.
Yeah, I think because I also can relate to it, I'm going to do this fellow youths. Let's see, Jeff 1058. Let's see here. And yeah, make sure you guys throw your ideas in the chat. It may not get drawn right away, but sometimes when, later on in the show, if you can't stick around, I do go back and I pull from the same collection. So there's not a time limit on those. Yeah. There's been a handful of times where people suggest something early on and then they bail and then they see the thing hours later and they're like, "Oh, I didn't realize you drew it." Like, yeah, I mean, I pull from the same list. Let's see. One time I went to IHOP and I thought IHOP and International House of Pancakes were different restaurants. And I said to my dad, "Do you want IHOP or International House of Pancakes? Which one would you prefer?" Ben's like, the theme is memes, not 69 memes. No, not 69 memes. It's memes to help avoid the number of the episode being the focus. Arctic says, my favorite retail work story, I was stocking the donut section with pastries or whatever, and someone left a dress they didn't buy with the hanger hanging off the side. I always think to myself, the decision process that was made there. Yep. Do I want this dress? Or do I want these donuts? I think I want these donuts. I like it when
what was that?
I was gonna say I like when you go to the price checker and there's always it's like a pile of stuff next to the price checker.
One of my favorite things was I worked at a craft and home decor store, and our sales in home decor were based off of the material. So like 1 week it would be glass and wood items, and then the next week it would be ceramic and resin. And people would bring up, it was always like a resin item that was made to look like it was made of wood. And then people would be like, that's supposed to be on sale. I'm like, no, it's not. They're like, it's wood. And I'm like, that's not wood. It's ceramic cut to look like, or sculpted or whatever, to look like wood. It's not made of wood. I promise. It's just painted brown. And they would like vehemently deny it. They're like, no, look at it. It's made of wood. That's bark.
That's bark. What's up, Joey? Nice to see you. I always still feel like when I go to like when you see like the food in the Starbucks, like I'm like, is that real? And I know it's like whatever, they spray it or whatever, but I'm always like, is that real? Is it not real? I'm like sitting in line examining it hardcore. Or standing in line and examining it.
I'm glad you liked it as well. It's not wood, it's just painted brown. Sent me. It's true. People be wild. I'd have people. What was that? What was that website? It's called.
I just noticed that this Steve Buscemi's shirt says music band. I didn't realize that this shirt says just music band.
That's funny.
Lindsay, I found many a pregnancy tests in the food section of Walmart. Yeah. Like actually like the boxes opened and them gone, or
oh my gosh, were they used? Lindsay, I need more info.
I'm sorry, but you don't have wood.
I'm trying to think of also another thing I loved working in retail is some of the management. You get some weird folks in there.
Oh yeah.
This customer walked up to me and she's like, I need help. I'm trying to make a centerpiece for my wedding. And I was like, this is my moment. This is going to be so much fun.
I've been waiting for this.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to put the name in. Let me do that again. Oh, this is going to be so much fun. Mind you, what she wanted was not cute, but I didn't have the heart to tell her that's not my job.
That is not your place.
Yeah, what she wanted was very interesting. But I was helping her make this bouquet and blah, 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 blah. And I did edit it a little bit to make it less ugly. Did I change this woman's wedding colors? Yes, I did. But it was for her benefit.
Of course.
And then the manager is trying to get me to go get off the floor and back to a register. But if you're helping a customer, that supersedes going back to your register. And my manager was so mad at me. And she's like, we need you up the front. I'm like, you have like plenty of other people in this store. Yeah. Like ask someone else. I'm in the middle of helping a customer. And she asked me like 2 minutes later. And she grabs the bouquet out of the woman's hands. And she's like, he has other places to be. You can help yourself. And I was floored.
Oh, goodness. Wow. Let's see. Ben says, hey, Kevin, have you written Brick Fair out of your life? Yep.
Rest in peace.
I even had a personalized phone call with Todd, and we broke up officially. Life decisions were made to buy junk food over a pregnancy test. Oh, no, not open.
Oh, okay. Maybe she was buying a weird combination of food, like oranges and like chocolate, and she's like, I don't need this test. I am pregnant.
When I worked at Walmart for not that long, I worked at Walmart for like 4 months. And I worked in the health and beauty. And so we often found condom boxes and wrappers because they had been opened and stolen. And there were some times where pregnancy tests were also already opened. I was like, well, all right.
I saw something recently. It was like a Facebook Live of like some woman, and she was walking around Walmart and she was so upset. She's like, look at this. This is supposed to be health and beauty, and there's like family planning and like KY jelly. She's like, since when? Like, I'm like, girl, since when? Since forever. I'm like, where have you been? Like, it's Walmart. They sell everything.
I love it, girl. Like, it's just like you'd like enter the fray. Joseph Zawada has entered the chat. Like, hold on.
I'm like, oh, it's some people amaze me.
Yeah, they are amazing, aren't they?
I'm like, Walmart sells guns and they sell like artisanal cheeses.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's not get wild. Maybe not artisanal. They sell cheese. I'm like, anything is fair game.
Yep. This is true. This is very true. Let's
Oh, that reminds me. I think it was 2 Christmases ago. I'll choose my words carefully because it's regarding Christmas. But for our family, after Santa stocks the stocking, as family, we do a little bit of like a secret Santa kind of thing, and then we can add little gifts to it to supplement.
Okay.
Just in case there's any children watching. But,
gotcha.
They my little sister, she was assigned my grandparents. So my sister's like, will you guys drive to the store with me? I haven't gotten anything for grandma and grandpa. And we're like, oh, fine. So she's like, we're going to Walmart. We drive all the way to Walmart. And then she takes us to the health and wellness section. And she starts filling our cart with like KY jelly, blah, 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 condoms, just all the madness. And it was very, very funny.
As the gift? As the Christmas gift?
As a joke. It was a gag. A gag
Okay,
from like my
right.
sister and I. That was the joke.
Gotcha.
Okay, I'm reading the first sentence, and this sounds really good, Isabel. A guy once threatened to stab me with a butter knife when I worked at a cafe because I didn't give him almond milk in his coffee, which he didn't ask for, LOL.
Addison says he kind of looks like a zombie. He does kind of look like a zombie. Steve Buscemi does look. I'll take it. I'll take the compliment.
And to Isabel, to that I say, men stay being whacked towards women. And it needs to stop. Men need to stop. That's my take.
Weird? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm constantly amazed at like just the stuff that just men randomly basically strangers to women like at work and stuff. Like the stuff I hear. Oh, there's the fire alarm in case you guys hear it. The stuff that like I hear that gets yelled at my wife and stuff at work, and I'm like, who just randomly says that to a woman? Like, yeah, I'm just like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
We quit it.
Oh, Joey, that's funny. I asked one customer if their meal was for here to go without realizing they ordered 3 full meals of food. They replied, I don't think I could eat all this here. Force a habit. That's fair, though. I'll go to... This was a little bit while ago. I try not to eat out as much, but I went to a restaurant and I would order like way too much food for takeout, and they'd put like 4 sets of utensils in there. I'm like, I'm about to go in on this all by myself. They thought I was a family of 4. It was just me sitting in my empty apartment alone, eating Outback Steakhouse.
Oh, well.
It was delicious, though.
We love you, Joseph.
No, it's not a bad thing. I loved it.
That's great. It was a good time.
An onion blossom. I would get an onion blossom, the 3 steak cheese dip, and then I would get the fried onion, the bloomin' onion fried chicken, with like an extra side of mac and cheese and like a fully loaded salad.
Yeah,
that's what I would get.
What's up, Matt? We got Family Bricks here. How are you? Just about done with this one.
Isabel, if someone told me that I was hired for being eye candy, I would thank them. Not saying you should. Not trying to say that that's a compliment. I know that's harassment, but for me, I'd be like, thank you so much. That's so kind.
What's up, Brickman Mosaic Art? Welcome. We got all the friends watching today. Appreciate
there's a lot of haze in the comment. Hey. Long
Is it the memes?
Hey.
Did the memes bring everybody out today?
I guess so. Ooh,
right.
I have a good story. Speaking of harassment, I was working at that same craft store. And because I was working part-time at a craft store, I was broke. And I didn't have any money on my debit card. I had run out of transfers from my savings account. And I was like, I didn't know what to do, and I didn't have lunch. So I told my boss, I was like, I'm going to go on lunch, but I'm like, I have no clue what I'm going to get because I don't have any money. And then I came back with McDonald's. And what I'd done is I'd called my parents to give me money. But I walked back in with my little bag of McDonald's, and she goes, oh, you managed to get food? I said, yep. She's like, what'd you get? I said, oh, I got McDonald's. She's like, how'd you pay for it? And I said, oh, had to pay with my body. And she said, oh, what'd you get? A 4-piece nugget? Rude. So rude. I was like, ma'am, that is not nice. It was funny, though. I laughed about it.
Oh, so this Peppa Pig one from Jonas Playhouse, that's the one where Peppa's hanging up on the phone, right? That's what I think of.
That's what I would pick because I love that one.
That one is great. That I remember watching that in real time when my youngest was watching Peppa Pig. He used to like to watch Peppa Pig. And I paused it and I'm like, okay, hold on. I was like, did she just hang up on her friend? Like out of spite? And
Yeah,
I
she's
brought
like,
the whole family, and I was like, look at this scene. I was like, did that happen?
it's so good. Do you
All right.
know how to whistle? I don't know how to whistle.
Like
And then she
this.
does. She goes like, click.
It's really great. All right, let's get that. Let's get the Peppa Pig one on the screen. Where's that comment? That is from
Yes,
11,
Isabel.
13.
It's a thing I've seen post about it with like kids now speaking in like I was about to say the Peppa Pig accent, but
Peppa Pig totally shown in America. The one thing that was like, there's not a ton of difference in like the words, but like for example, market, right? Like we don't typically say market, we just say the grocery store.
Yeah.
But like my youngest was always like, "Can we go to the market?" I'm like, "What? Like you want to go to the farmer's market?" I'm like, "What do you what market?" Like, and like it took us a while to realize that was what was happening.
Aw.
And then also there's a very, very different word for eggplants.
An
And I don't.
aubergine.
Yeah, and I'm like, what? That's an eggplant. That one caught us totally off guard because he was like, "Are those real?" And we're like, "Okay, first of all, we don't know what you're saying. What do you say? What is this?"
Why are they talking about eggplants and Peppa Pig?
All right, so I'm gonna actually, for this one, I'm gonna do color. I don't think I want any like black line art. I don't think.
Joey just watched it, Maniac for Bricks. It's so funny. It's really good. It's a good one.
It is really good. Beep. That little click of the phone.
Yes, Family Bricks. My grandmother uses that, and she's not Australian. She's from Illinois, but she calls flip flops thongs. And the first time like I heard it, it threw me off guard. I was like, "Excuse me, ma'am. We're in a Wendy's,
ma'am."
Yeah, because it was at that same beach house that we were at, and we were like, "Oh, Grandma, we're going to the beach," and she was like, "Okay, let me go grab my thong, or let me go grab my thongs," and we're like,
"Grandma,
Gesundheit, like what?"
Brickman's like, Kevin, if you want to see actual memes, watch YouTube Poops. They are full of memes. Well, I mean, I'm just drawing what people suggest, so I think these all classify as memes.
Welcome back, Jonah.
I wouldn't say these are not real memes.
My grandma be wild. You're right, Isabel. Ooh, another thing that in Australia they call cilantro coriander.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would not. Yeah. I'd be like, "What?" What? Peppa Pig is great.
I don't like her eye placement. It weirds me out. Not on your drawing. I just mean like
I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
Why is she shaped like that? Not to body shame Miss Peppa, but
there is a lot of like actual funny adult humor, I think, hidden in Peppa Pig.
There always seems to be like every generation has weird humanoid animal brother sister cartoons. You have like Peppa and What Is Her Face, and then you had like Ruby the rabbit and her little brother Max.
Ruby and Max. Max and
yeah,
Ruby.
Sure.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I got to see that show a lot. That was on our TV a lot.
Alyssa, you are correct. This is Joseph on the line.
This is
one and only.
For first time chat MC, long time listener.
Yeah. I have not requested a long Furby. Do you want to make that your request? I don't think Kevin will do it. He's already done like 2, I think.
Your trick worked one time.
Is it all gonna work?
I mean, it did work. You knew. I was like, but it's gonna mean a lot to him. I was like,
it meant a lot to me. I love that. I have it saved on my phone. It's our request.
Yeah. Welcome, Melissa. Hello. I was saying earlier that today is memes, and I was like, Joseph just immediately came to mind. I don't know what it was. I was just like, oh, I need to ask him if he can do it. 100% has to be done. I don't know if it's just because you have been a meme or what, or it's like
I don't know.
I don't know why, but I was like, oh yeah.
I know this, you're trying to avoid this. Can I talk about my meme for like 20 seconds?
Go ahead.
Okay. So it's been put Beyond the Brick posts it like once a year. It's like an annual thing that they post. And I always read the comments because I'm conceited. And they've always been good. They posted it the other month.
Yeah.
The comments they were not loving it. It was all these people being like, well, if it's people like him why Lego is so expensive. It's people like him buying up all the parts, and that's why no one else can afford it these days. I'm like, I don't think it's me. And then people being like, oh, it's builders like him who like who take everything off of Bricklink and why I can't order anything. I'm like, again, not me. And then a lot of people, it was so many being like, well, that castle doesn't look like it'd be fun to play with. Like, I'd rather build something that I could enjoy and play with my child. I'm like, ew.
Yeah. What's up, Shy Time?
Go enjoy your child, okay?
Yeah. So speaking of that, yeah, I did I did that interview with David Hall years ago now at this point, for his documentary. And, he was here and, he had asked me, he was like, can I do a room? Getting owned by the Lego snob, says Arctic. He asked me, like, can I shoot a room tour?
Yeah, it's a great video.
And he's like, and you could put it on your channel. And at the time I really didn't have a channel. And I was like, oh, just put it on yours. That's fine. Whatever. And so he did. And just like, I was like, watching for comments and stuff like that too, because that's what you do.
Yeah.
And they were pretty, there was fine. And then it just got to a point when they just stopped being fine. And I don't look at it anymore. I mean, it has over 1 million views now, which is kind of crazy. But the comments are absolutely disgusting. And some of them really, really piss me off. Because there's like comments like, this guy spends more, time on his collection than he does his kids. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm like, okay, we're done. This is on like wait, what is the phone like? Does it have a cord? I don't see a cord in the picture actually. Okay, I guess it doesn't. But yeah, I know what you mean. It's just like the nasty comments. I'm like, what? Where do you get off?
Yeah, and there's one. I was going to say this because it comes off as kind of conceited, but I think it's funny. Some people were like, well, if I had unlimited funds, which laughable, I don't have unlimited funds. They're like, if I had that much money, if I had unlimited funds, I could build like that. I'm like, first thing, no, you can't. Like, I'm like, many people can, but not you. Like,
hey, what's up, Andrew M. Frost? Hello, welcome. Yeah, the deeper you get, the weirder it gets with the yeah, gross. But yeah, you should totally. I mean, that was an amazing thing you did. It still is to this day. So don't let anyone take that away from you.
I'm thinking of rebuilding it.
I want in my absence for you to promise me you'll keep doing awesome Zelda stuff. That's what I hope.
One is in the works.
Okay, that's all I needed to hear.
One is in the works. I thought it'd be really cool, and this is the last thing I'll say on the brick building topic. I thought it'd be really cool if at some point, let's say I get down the line and I have like 3, because the next one I want to do is Windfall Island from Wind Waker. If I had like a bunch of those like mega displays, if I could afford it. I don't know if I could afford to have multiple, but I think that'd be really cool at like a show to see a bunch of these massive like Zelda displays.
Yeah, I totally agree. These like spindly little fingers. They're just like beep. There it is.
What's 1,000 tipper trucks?
I don't know that one.
1,000 tipper trucks.
Here's ready for the scene reenactment. Do you know how to whistle?
Oh, speaking of Nintendo, are you excited for E3?
Sorry, my headphones just fell out. Hold on.
Oh.
Let me turn them back on. I didn't hear anything. I said it's time for the scene, and then my headphones got disconnected. Okay, there we go. Yes. I mean, I'm not gonna watch it live because I don't ever, but I'm excited to hear what comes out of it.
Yeah. I'm thinking. No, I'm thinking maybe if they're gonna do a Breath of the Wild 2, I'm thinking spring of 2022.
I was telling Brian that I'm actually like, I don't get like crazy impatient for stuff, but I have forgotten how many years it's been on Breath of the Wild 2 news.
Yeah, 2019.
Like, I'm like, whoa, okay. Like, you know, in my mind, it's been like the shortest and longest year ever.
Yeah.
But it's just like, oh wow, it has been a long time.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's been a bit. I know that I recently saw that they hired a bunch of people to work on it, like a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking spring 2022, right after the Mario 35th anniversary ends. And I'm thinking, I say it every time, I'm thinking we're going to get an update on Bayonetta 3.
I'm waiting for that Mother 3. Mother 3 localization.
I
have no real hope for that. Didn't Reggie said something about that on Twitter. Reggie was like, or not Reggie, was it Terry Crews said it, and then I think Reggie liked it or something. I don't know. Something happened, and it was like, oh, I mean, it doesn't mean anything. But it's like, oh, yeah, Arctic, yeah, halfway through 2020, it's kind of wild.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do this Batman slapping Robin because that's a great one, actually. That is a good one. How many do we have so far? We have quite a few.
Yeah. Wait, so you would be Batman, and then Family Bricks would be Robin because he's always begging for you to draw him a horse.
Yes, that's exactly it. What's up, Reed? Yeah, Jonah, I've never played Mother 3. Earthbound's one of my favorite games of all time. But I've never played the first one or the third one. I missed my little window to get it on the Wii U. Earthbound Beginnings. I still have my Wii U, but it's just like, ugh, I don't ever use it. It has like 4 inches of dust on it.
The only time I use it is to play Breath of the Wild because I don't want to restart another game.
Oh, you have Breath of the Wild on the Wii U?
Yeah.
Gotcha. I forgot that it also came out for that.
Yeah.
They tend to do that, don't they? They've done that with a few of the Zelda games.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like right on the cusp of switching over to the new generation.
Yeah, well, they used to be every console would release with their new Zelda game. So like the Wii was released on the same day as Twilight Princess, and then they also had Twilight Princess available for GameCube.
Yeah.
And I'm never one to buy a console day one.
No.
So I always bought the game for like the previous generation.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the same. I don't ever buy a console right out of the gate. I mean, I'm usually years after the fact.
Yeah.
But I do. I mean, Nintendo stuff, I'll get it. I'll get the new. I've got all the consoles since the beginning, but I'm not right out the gate.
Yeah. Skyward Sword. Isabel's excited for Skyward Sword, your favorite Zelda game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I used to rag on you on until I actually replayed it and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's
not my favorite, but it's a good game.
Yeah, I really, as I've said before, I'm a sucker for like connecting bits of lore and stuff together. It's also why Revenge of the Sith from like the 9 Star Wars films is my favorite because I felt like it connected everything. And so that for me, Skyward Sword was like, oh, that's why this is that way. That's why that's that way. That's why that's named that way. That's why the shield looks that way. That's why the sword is like, it just like was great. I was like, I was all about it. Let's see here.
So the GameCube, we got the GameCube really, really late. We had the N64 for a long time. And Ben, I see your question, and I'll answer that in a moment. So whenever we visited my family in New York, we would always play. She had a GameCube at her house, and we would always play, and we would play Wind Waker. And then one time, I finally convinced my parents to buy us a GameCube, so I stole the memory card. So I had like my last four visits worth of Wind Waker
Yep.
save date. I stole the game card. I was young.
I didn't quite steal, but my uncle, 1 year, I don't remember what year, but it was his birthday, and somebody got him a Game Boy and Link's Awakening.
Mm.
And I was like, can I play it? Because I was bored. We were at like, one of those adult parties, right?
Yeah.
I'm bored. And so he let me play it, and I got really far into it. And then I got really upset because it was his, and you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
but I want to finish this game. So then I got my own copy, and then I was like, can I trade the game cartridges so that you can? And he was like, I guess so. And so like I switched them out so that he had to start over again, and I didn't have to.
Mm-hmm. I just stole it. I didn't know. Actually, I think I did ask, but then my grandmother's like, "Oh, well, no, because one of her friends, her friend's name is Coop. She's like, Coop's kids come over."
And you're like,
I'm
well,
like,
I already
I don't
did
care
it,
about
so.
Coop's kids. I don't know, Coop. Ben, my favorite GameCube games, Wind Waker, but you can get that on newer consoles. Twilight Princess, but you can get that on newer consoles. Double Dash. I loved Double Dash. It's like my second favorite Mario Kart game.
Let's see. Matt says, Kevin, if Lego brings out some awesome Zelda range, will you be buying? Nope, I will not. And I have put a lot of thought into that, and a lot of people have asked. I will not. They will not be getting any of my money. But don't let me stop you from getting it if you want it.
Yeah, Family Bricks. I was going to say Mario Sunshine, but then I was like, oh, they released it for the Switch. But then I remembered, not anymore. It's gone.
Poof.
I actually have, I live in like a not very populated area, but we have a vintage video game store. Not like GameStop, but like a locally owned one. And they have really cool stuff. Like really old games. They have really weird, obscure consoles for sale. Like the Wii Mini, which I did not know was a thing.
Wii Mini? I don't think I knew that was a thing either.
The Wii Mini or something like that. It maybe it was a GameCube Mini. Wii Mini.
Interesting.
Now it's just showing up. Yeah, the Nintendo Wii Mini console.
Oh, I think Arctic has one, I think. Is that what he's saying? I have one of those?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Luigi's Mansion is good. Paper Mario 1000 Year Door. Those are also good ones.
Yeah.
And for you to look into. But yeah, they have like really obscure, really weird stuff. And then every year they do an event in the summer where it's like a watermelon smashing contest or something, and you win a Keyblade.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Like a Keyblade prop.
Like life size.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, okay. He has game stores in my area, not the weird Wii. Okay.
Oh. Okay. Gotcha. Roger.
Yeah, I remember seeing the Wii Mini back in the day. It was such a joke. Top opening like the GameCube, no GameCube support, no internet, super, super basic.
Oh, that's...
Yeah.
That is pretty lame.
Yeah, last time I was in that shop, it's because years ago, I'd gotten rid of, I told my mom that I was like, you can donate the GameCube, we have a Wii now, so you just put the memory cards in there and it's fine, but then our Wii died, and my older sister got kind of bent out of shape because she was like, well, I want to play GameCube games. So I went to that shop to see if they had a GameCube, and they had like a full GameCube setup with like controllers and everything that you could just go pick up from the store. This is really good.
Thank you.
This reminds me of the music video for Take On Me.
Yeah. Yep.
Which makes sense because it's a black and white comic. So.
Yep. So we definitely need the speech bubbles. I think I'll do that when I'm done coloring it, I think.
Yeah. Are we now in color territory?
We are.
Okay, then I'm gonna put mine in.
We are in the color territory. That is why Peppa got color.
Oh yeah. Ooh, okay. Instead of manila, it says.
What's up, Hawkeye Lego Man? Welcome.
All right, I'm making this. I've just transcended this meme to make it about you.
You transcended.
So
Okay.
if you pick mine, I'll explain this meme to those who don't get it and
Well,
why it's hilarious.
As my helper today, I will definitely draw something for you. So if that's what you want, then we'll do it.
Yeah, I picked what I wanted.
Okay, very good. Very good. Some blue. We can do that one. We'll do that one next, and that way we make sure we get it
Okay.
Before the show wraps.
Yeah, I was really glad that I have today off. I get every other Friday off, so your timing was perfect.
Nice. It's awesome.
But keep it between you and I. Chat. Close your ears.
Oh,
I would have just been like, "Hey, work. I have to do some flex time today. I have a prior engagement. I'm a little bit busy in the morning."
That's fair.
I'm on a marketing related call.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
One time, my dad he has a friend who owns a small company that could potentially do business with my dad's work, but they don't for like nepotism's sake.
Gotcha.
But the guy owns a plane. He owns like a small private little plane. And him and my dad, one day he called my dad. He's like, "Hey, do you want to go to fly to Delaware for brunch today?" My dad was like, "Sure." So he told his executive assistant, he's like, "I have a marketing, or I have a," what did he say? He'd like, "I have a meeting with a potential small business partner."
I love it.
So I have to go for the remainder of the day. And they just like flew to Delaware to go to brunch.
That is awesome.
See, I'm not the only one in my family that's kind of eccentric and weird.
I would not
runs
imagine.
in the family.
I would not imagine that. I feel like the apple had to fall from somewhere.
You know what's a great game? Pokemon Stadium.
The first one.
The first one.
That was revolutionary, man.
I loved that game.
I don't know why, but if you guys see the flashing, I think I need to reinstall the drivers again on this thing.
I don't see it.
Every now and then, like it'll do this weird kind of glitzy or like glitchy, like little flash with the colors. But oh well, it still works. It's just being weird. Yeah, I just did it again. If you see the weird.
Oh yeah, I see a little bit.
I think it needs a driver update again or something.
I like how you did Robin's hair. It looks really good.
Thank you. Yeah, it's definitely the source. I just tried to copy it as best I could.
Hawkeye like a man with the very meta suggestions.
What? Chat moderators stating that they have your request for the longest time. I never played the second stadium.
I played it twice. My neighbors had it, and I played it, and then we rented it once from Blockbuster. So I have no stake in that opinion.
Good times. Just mindlessly wandering Blockbuster for like an hour or two.
I love a Blockbuster.
Good times.
I also remember distinctly at our Blockbuster the Devil's Wear Prada, of the Devil Wears Prada, that movie, and I'm like, that seems like it'd be a cool movie, but as a young as a young guy, I was like, oh no, well, first thing, I was a child, so I shouldn't be watching that movie. And I was like, and that's a girl movie. I shouldn't be watching that. That movie's for girls. And then I watched it as an adult, and it's really funny.
Let's see. Can you draw a horse? Wait, I was gonna say no. I think I'm gonna say stop it. Stop it.
Yeah, Joey, it's really good. I like what's that one? They're like supposed to be Vogue. They work for the magazine that's supposed to be Vogue, and they're coming up with their spring themes for their magazine. And the lady goes, "I was thinking of doing something with like flower motifs." And the lady goes, "Florals for spring, revolutionary." That's a good one.
I've seen that movie a handful of times. It's a pretty good movie.
Yeah, then when she reads what's her face down, what's that girl's name?
The main?
Yeah, what's that actress's name?
Is that Anne Hathaway?
Anne Hathaway, where she reads Anne Hathaway down because she's wearing that lumpy sweater, and she's like, I don't really care about fashion, and then she has like this long monologue of why that ugly sweater that she's wearing is influenced by the people that she's currently saying she doesn't care about their opinions of. It's really good.
Yeah, it is a pretty good movie.
Yeah, Meryl Streep reading Anne Hathaway. Good stuff. Where you fished it out of that bargain bin. That reminds me, I just saw this TikTok, and it's this boy, and he's like standing on a bus, like standing with his like head out of the window, and him and this girl are fighting. And I don't know what it is, and it's this little boy, and he says, "Not you coming for me wearing your Five Below boots."
Oh my goodness.
And I thought that was so funny because he's fully an elementary schooler, and he's telling this girl, "Not you with those Five Below boots." And she comes back with, not that, she goes, "Not you coming for me with your North Face hoodie." I'm like, North Face is expensive. I'm like, I was always jealous of kids who had North Face jackets.
Yeah. I know the feeling.
Like, I want a North Face jacket.
All right, we finished up Batman slapping Robin. We're gonna shrink that. May need to readjust. So yours is gonna be next.
Okay.
I'm gonna shrink some stuff and rearrange here for a second.
Okay.
So we can free up some space on the canvas. Let me turn this comment off wherever that went.
So while you're doing that, I'm going to explain what this meme is. And I'll keep it quick because I know most of you don't care.
There you go.
RuPaul's Drag Race is. I used to watch it. I don't watch it much anymore. It was on their All-Star season, and the surprise of the season was that the judges weren't eliminating anyone. The contestants were eliminating each other. And this one queen named Manila Luzon was winning all the challenges, and she was a shoo-in to win. And this one other queen named Naomi Smalls, who I also love, is a huge fan of Manila. And she's like, "I look up to you, Manila, blah, 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 blah." Well, you're like halfway or like 3/4 through the season, and Naomi gets to pick who she sends home, and she sends home Manila. And it was like, sorry for the spoilers, but it's been years, everyone.
It's been years.
So they pull a lipstick out of like their dress, and whatever name is on the lipstick, it's that's the name. So it was insane because like that girl was going to win the show. And this younger girl who looked up to her, this younger drag queen, was like, "I'm sending you home because if I don't take you out, there's no chance I'm going to win." So my request is that meme, but instead of it saying Manila, it says Kevin, or it says Lego, and Manila, or Naomi, the queen with the lipstick, is Kevin.
Okay.
Because it gagged us all. We were all shook.
Yeah, there you go.
We thought they were friends. Some of us knew behind the scenes, not so much.
Some of us knew the real tea.
But that public declaration of I'm dropping you. You are done to me. You are dead to me. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Also, she looks really good. She's wearing like this like really cool green coat.
Oops. All right, we're just gonna leave. That one's a little bit complicated. I put a filter and stuff on that one. We'll just leave that one alone.
Well, it's not Kevin wearing lipstick. It's just Naomi holding a lipstick tube that says Lego, and Naomi is Kevin.
We can do that in spirit.
No, not Kevin himself in drag. He's drawing Naomi Smalls. Oh my gosh, I should have picked something different. I ruined the stream. I'm never going to be invited back. Just draw the meme exactly how you see it, but instead of it saying Manila, you just write Lego. That's it. That's all I'm asking for.
I got you. All right, let me just move Batman and Robin. We'll have some space.
Right, exactly. That's why I said I'm going to make this quick because no one cares except for me.
How are we talking about this extensively? All right. There we go. We have space. I think actually, right before I start this, I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick.
Alrighty.
So let me just put this so you guys can see, and I'll be right back. You have to entertain for just like 2 minutes.
Oh
2 minutes.
gosh.
I'll be right back.
Oh, Maniac for Bricks. No, I didn't think you were judging. I was just trying to clarify what my request was. I didn't want Kevin to think it was something like I wanted him to do his own thing. I know this is like a reference-based art stream. Do you like waffles? I think Brian has publicly stated that he's more into pancakes, if I'm not mistaken. I think I've heard him say that. What do you think Kevin's favorite dress color would be? I don't know. Maybe like navy? I don't really pay attention to what Kevin wears, so I'm going to pick navy because it's like a standard color. Hi, Fazoom. If he wants to add his new like curly mustache that he's been rocking, I won't complain. Confused John Travolta. Oh, I must have missed that one. I was like, I didn't put that in. Do you think... Oh no, I've ruined this live stream. Do you think Kevin would look better in a cocktail dress or a formal gown? I have no clue. Let's say he's been working out a lot, so he might have like a nice toned leg, which would look good in like maybe like a T-length dress, you know, like a Dior new look. But a formal gown is always good. Just remember, kids, if you're wearing a formal gown, you need an updo. All right, Brian's vetoing this conversation. Brian hates this. Ew, family bricks, always a high heel. A queen would never wear a flat. I agree, Brian.
Let's talk about food. Okay. All right. Let me put your
drawing. No one's drawing. What kind of second-rate outfit is this?
Let's see. I'm gonna put your comment up there. 11:45.
People were asking me what you would wear in drag. So right now we are thinking a blue formal gown with an updo and a high heel.
Yeah.
So nothing too crazy.
I'm told I look good in blue, so
there you go. Jeff, I would say a stiletto, an army boot. That's a strong choice. Strong choice.
Oh, did you not put this in the regular chat? You just put it in the private chat.
Yeah, I just put it in the private chat.
Okay, I'm gonna put this over here.
Yeah, I just like hand typed it in to pretend.
That's fine. You know, unfortunately, they don't let me put private messages on screen.
Oh, whoops, I messed that up.
No, it's okay. It's like, hey, I sent you a private message. Oh, let me just show this on the screen.
Updo, what's there to put up his mustache? A wig.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Gary Smith? Thanks for watching.
I'll check back Hawkeye Lego Man. I will check and see if I got yours.
All right, let me look this up.
Oh, I'm glad that you mentioned that. No, I was caught up talking about bacon and drag.
It happens. Okay, is it the one with the green outfit?
Yes, the green.
Okay,
that's the one.
Got it.
That's Naomi.
Got it. And then it is okay. I understand.
Okay.
It's all clear now.
Yeah, it's for like sending the other girl home.
Gotcha.
So you're sending as Brian would say, the red brick in the sky home.
Yeah, I like that. That's yep. I used to say that once upon a time. Red brick in the sky. Yep. If you can't take me, if you don't have me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best.
I never thought what Kevin's stream needed was more drag, but by God, now that it's here, it feels so right.
Right? Who said that?
A funny fix.
Ray. Oh, Ray.
Brian wants us to talk about food. I recently learned what I forgot what it's called. Scrapple.
Okay, what is that?
It's breakfast food, and I was like picking out my plate, and it was like, oh, do you want sausage, bacon, or scrapple? And I thought it said scramble. I'm like, oh, so it's like a meat scramble. I'm like, does that mean it's like ground beef or something? And my mother was like, don't get that. I was like, why? She's like, just don't get it.
Just don't do it.
And I was like, what is it? She's like, I guess it's like a southern food. It's scrapple is quote food. It's like, imagine everything that you would put into a hot dog, all the offcuts, they just cut it up into bits and stir fry it.
Oh.
She was like,
yeah. I was gonna say to Brian's requested. Oh, what's up, Vazoom? I was just thinking, like, I swear to you, I was just gonna say, I feel like Vazoom would know what you're talking about, and I look up, and there he is. And hello to Vazoom Jr.
Scrapple is not this Southerner's food.
He is personally offended. I was gonna say in the conversation of food, so I'm you know what, I'm pretty proud. I'm pretty happy with where I'm getting at with like my weight and my physical appearance. I've been working out a lot. And so of course that means my mother has noticed. And so of course that means I'm starting to get the random food I shouldn't be eating just delivered all the time now. Because, oh, you're too thin, you're too skinny, all that stuff happens again. That's also a telltale sign I'm doing all right. It's like, okay, yep, here we go. So she showed up yesterday with a tub of Reese's vanilla ice cream.
Ooh.
And I was like, and that's totally like, yep, well, I'm going to eat this now. And so I've had half of it over the course of 24 hours. And I'm like, yep, because I have no self-control and I'm aware of that, which is why I don't buy this and why I don't bring it into my house.
Yeah.
But I've enjoyed it. But yeah, so that's happening.
I've been on a fitness journey, very different from yours. Yours is like more like, I haven't gone to the gym yet, but this is my first time I've been in the office. So I was like, I've now lost like nearly 100 pounds since I've been in the office last. I was like, I'm going to go show off my weight loss.
Yeah. Yep.
So I went to my building had no one in it. So I went to another building in my division. And there was no one there too, but I was like, oh, my coworker's working today. My coworker, Natalie, I'm going to go see her. And I walk up and I'm so excited. I turn the corner and look in her cube. She's lost 120 pounds. So my moment was eclipsed. And all we were talking about was how good she looked and how blah, 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 and how much happier she is. And we never got to talk about me.
I could see your face. Like, I could see it. Your mouth is agape. And you're like,
Alyssa gets my meme. Okay, Alyssa, you missed it. I'll keep it fast. So it's going to say Lego and Naomi is Kevin. Get it? Because Kevin sent Lego packing. He doesn't want them anymore.
It's like Kermit. It's Oh my god, that's like hilarious, but also like I feel bad for you. It's like
Oh, it was fine.
oh.
See, you know what, Alyssa, thank you so much for joining, because I always feel like when I'm in these live streams, I always go on like these tangents that really only you can appreciate.
There's always someone that'll know what you're talking about, regardless of who you are and where you find yourself. Somebody gets it. I promise you.
Alyssa, I had to explain it to Kevin and the chat kind of extensively. Because some people
I only understand because he has explained this.
People were like, wait, are you asking for Kevin to draw himself in drag? Like, but I was like, no. Brian tried to boycott it. Brian wasn't into it.
He tried to boycott. Yeah, this is true. Nick says fitness burger chicken sandwich combo in my mouth. Yep, I got you. I see what you did there. So I have not to be too full of myself, but I have discovered abs. I was like, oh,
that's awesome! Congratulations.
What are these? I'm not ready to put any pictures up yet. I'm not ready to start the OnlyFans account, but they are there. They have been discovered.
I'm really happy for you. That's incredible.
It's a lot of work, man. It is a lot of work.
I'll get there someday. That's my goal. I have a personal trainer, or like a nutritionist, I should say. She doesn't train me, but she's a nutritionist. And I was telling her, she's like, "Oh, what are your goals?" And I was like, "Oh, just thin. And she's like, "Okay, well, like, show me a picture of what you want." And I showed her, and she was like, "All right." She's like, "I'll tell you right now." She's like, "You're a man in your mid-20s." And then she's like, "Were you a chubby teenager?" I said, "I was, in fact." And she said, "Okay, let me tell you what's going on." She said, "You are trying to look how you wanted to look when you were 18.
Yeah, sounds about.
She's like 25-year-old men should not try to look like 18-year-olds. She's like, and I'll tell you exactly what's going to happen. She said, "I'll do it if you want." She's like, "I will get you to this body." And she's like, "And then immediately you're going to want to bulk right back up." And she said, "So we can waste all this time trying to make you look like a twig, or we can get you and circumvent that whole distraction that you're going to get over really, really fast. And just make you look like a healthy 25-year-old man." Which I was like, which I eventually came around to. I was like, okay, I get it.
I thought Joey said, "I thought you discovered apps." I have discovered the appetizers. Yeah. No, I can understand that, Joseph, 100%. I can understand that.
Yeah, when she was like, "Were you a chubby teen?" I felt called out.
I mean,
Oh, that's true. Then you need to put a bigger lash on Miss Naomi. She deserves better.
Okay. Yeah. I'll accept. I accept the criticism. Let's zoom in here.
This is so funny.
But yes, for anybody else, not to push any of my journey onto anybody else, because it's your own life. But I can tell you, since I've done this twice now in my life, that if you're not willing to change what you're eating, then forget about everything else. Forget about everything else. It's not gonna happen. I'm telling you now. You can't exercise yourself out of a bad diet. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah. Are you gonna become a fitness influencer? Is that gonna be your new thing?
No, I don't. I doubt it.
Are you just gonna become like you're gonna be like, "I'm done with drawing. I'm an alpha male now. I'm only into fitness.
I'm gonna be the guy.
The only thing I draw in are the ladies."
I'll be like, when you see those ads, like, fitness trainers hate them. Like, here we go. Here we are. But yeah, it's just
I'm eating exclusively Snickers and Bugles, and I'm not losing weight. Help me!
You know what? It's so weird. I don't understand.
I had a liver biopsy a few months ago, and they're like, "Oh, we're sending it to a lab." And I'm like, "What is that lab going to tell you? I can't tell you right now. I am fat. Yes. Congratulations. You don't need to waste my insurance. Like, I don't need to pay insurance for you to tell me that I'm fat. I'm well aware. We've been new."
Oh my goodness.
The nurse thought that was funny.
I can also... go ahead.
Oh, and then I went home, and then I realized she never took the IV out of me.
Oh.
So I had to drive back to the hospital. I'm like, I still have the IV in me.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that the downside. I mean, I don't know. I guess the upside outweighs the downside, but the wonderful new scar I have from my surgery of removing my appendix is like, oh look, abs. Oh look, a giant scar. I was like,
Does
well,
it make you look cool though?
no, I don't think
Oh.
so. It's not like one of those like face scars that makes you look like you went to like battle. It's like, nah, it's just a scar from when they took that out. So, all right. I just hope it gets lighter.
Mm.
I mean, it's just like a bright red straight line. It's like, oh well. Oh well.
You can turn your scar into a cool tattoo. Do you have any tattoos, Kevin?
Nope, I do not. I was actually my plan was to get, if I hit my goal weight, which was 175, was to get my first tattoo. And I still haven't hit that. I'm like at 178. I go between 176 and 178. And now that I've started doing a lot more like weight lifting and sit-ups and push-ups and stuff, like you don't really lose weight and gain muscle at the same time. So I don't know if I'm ever going to really get to that. So I'm kind of reevaluating, not that reevaluating whether or not I'm going to get it, but reevaluating whether 175 is realistic.
Is the number. Yeah.
Yeah. What
are you thinking of getting? Or have you not decided, or are you not wanting to share that at this time?
My plan was, yes, diet soda is worse for you than regular soda. 100%, Lindsay. Maybe it's a little too cliche, but I wanted to get the Zelda, like the 3 Zelda hearts.
Yeah.
On like my chest. I've seen it done a handful of times, but like that's the one that I've kind of wanted to do. And I also kind of wanted to do it like in this watercolor kind of style that I've seen some tattoo artists do, which is really cool. And as I've been told by my wife, who is darker tone, she's like, if you could do this, you should do it because I can't.
Yeah.
So she's like, you should do it.
Yeah, I watched a lot of Ink Master, and that's like a thing where they refer to it as a darker canvas,
right,
to work on, and they're like it gets a little bit tricky.
Yeah, I would be terrible at tattoo. I'm going to critique. Kevin bench presses the bins of Lego he no longer builds with. No, real weights. Just like Kevin's 100% going to get a Lego. Yeah, that's 100%. I think if there's 100%, it's 100% not getting that.
Alyssa's going to get A Man Has Fallen into the River in Lego City
as a tattoo.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious. Does this meet your expectations so far?
It exceeds it.
Very good. That's all that I could hope for. I am glad you explained it because I'm like, all right, here, let's do it. I don't know what it means, but let's do it.
It looks really good.
Thank you.
I like her hair.
Yeah, very, very, very fancy hair.
If I'm not mistaken, that's called a Marcel wave or a finger wave, if anyone cares, if anyone's interested, if you're going after that look.
That's the hard-hitting commentary I was hoping to get. That's what we come to expect.
Some of y'all aren't building the rescue helicopter, and it shows. What does it even mean?
I spent a year deciding on my first tattoo. Everyone since then has been on the fly. Yeah. I mean, I've never really been like interested in getting a bunch of them, but I'm not against it. I'm just like, oh, what's something that's like that important to me that it's going to be like, and at this point, I'm going to be 36. So I'm like, okay, I think I have an idea of what's important to me now.
She's like a step cousin. I don't know. It's like when you go to a family reunion and you're like, I've seen those people. I don't know their names or who they are.
Yeah.
She has a giant like Toon Link back piece.
Oh, okay.
But the problem is that it has Navi. And I'm like, you're mixing games.
You're like, I'm upset.
Yeah, it kind of confuses me.
You're like, this
And like,
this tattoo is not canon.
yeah, exactly. I'm like kind of confused by it. And I'm like, and like if she just did like a cartoon Link, then it'd be fine. But I'm like, that is Toon Link in the Toon Link outfit with like the swirly belt. So it throws me off a little bit.
Kevin will get one tattoo and have a sleeve. That's what Brian says. I don't think so. I mean, I don't have any, but I don't feel like I'm going to. He's pretty insistent that is how that's going to play out.
I like the look of like being completely covered in tattoos. Like, and I like it when they like start like, I would never get, I mean, I don't plan on getting any tattoos, but I like the look where like it starts coming out underneath the collar. So like, even if you're like fully dressed, you can like see a little bit of it. I like that look.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't think I would go crazy. But who knows? Jeff says, I have the typical Irish guy tat of a 4-leaf clover on my hand. On your hand? Interesting. Like on the, where on your hand? On the back of your hand? Your palm? Your wrist?
Remember when people used to get like mustache tattoos on their index finger?
I do not remember that.
That was like a thing in like 2014. So you could hold your finger up under your nose and it would have like a little
That seems like such a dumb idea.
I mean, I wouldn't do it.
I mean, it's a great thing. I'm sure people love it.
Oh, we got it removed. Jeff had it removed.
Oh. Yep. Kevin likes art. Why not wear it? I always hear people wanting more tattoos as soon as they get their first one. Interesting.
Oh, see, yeah, Joey Maniac for Bricks. He knows someone with the mustache tattoo on the finger. He knows what's up.
Is it you, Joey? Confess. It's time to confess.
Ooh, that reminds me of an article that I read about, it was like something where some company was like, if you get, or this woman like rented out her forehead. I guess she sold her forehead and you could get a tattoo.
I remember that.
Which reminded me of another story that I read, and it's about a sushi restaurant in some Southeast Asian country. I don't know exactly which one. I don't recall. But they're like, if you change your name to salmon, like their language is equivalent to the word salmon, you'll get like free sushi at a restaurant for life. And they had the government of that country had to like tell people to stop naming themselves salmon and changing their name to salmon because it was becoming an issue.
The government, please stop.
Taiwan. Okay, it's Taiwan. They're calling it the Salmon Chaos, and the deputy interior minister said that is wasting time and government resources, and that people should be more rational.
Please be more rational.
But some of the names are they're really good.
Name as a tattoo, says Brian. Wow. All right.
Like, because they're not just naming themselves like salmon; they're changing their legal name to like Salmon King or Prince of the Soaring Salmon. Like they're going out. They're going all out. I love this so much.
And you know what? Look at this. There you go. There's your copyright. There's your registered trademark. There you go.
Awesome. Thank you.
Absolutely. Oh, I drew that on the... okay. Oh, it should be.
We haven't gotten any recent recommendations.
Oh, I'm sure we still have some good ones in the log.
Yeah, we do. Let me take a look.
Let's see if we can get one maybe from someone who hasn't got one drawn yet. I don't really remember. Let's see.
Let's see. We have 2 Lego themed ones.
Of course we do.
The Elmo.
Oh, Elmo. That's a good one with color.
Yeah.
Because of the fire.
Yeah.
I think I'll do that one. That was really early, wasn't it? We'll have to put that back.
That's
Ray, if you're still
early.
watching, can you write that again? So that layer check. That's right, Joey. Always.
Bad luck Brian again, but with language. I don't know what that means. I know what bad luck Brian is, but I don't know but with language means.
Thank you. Thank you, Jeff, for doing that too. Appreciate it. All right. Let's get Elmo.
Isabel, I have not suggested Miss Vanjie. I have not.
Let's take a look.
My mom's a big fan of Miss Vanjie. Isabel loves her. Let's see, Lindsay. Cody has a horrible tattoo that's been covered up by a slightly better tattoo that will get covered up again with hopefully a good tattoo. Don't get basement tats, kids.
No, I don't recommend that. Let's see. Yeah,
Vanjie.
I'm starting to get the stomach growls. Although now I'm always slightly like, oh no, I only had one appendix, but I'm like, is this gonna be the thing? That was the beginning that day where I was like, I think I'm hungry, but this is a little bit different than I normally feel when I'm hungry. But my stomach's making weird noises and it's feeling off. And then I was in the ER.
Whoops. Ghost freaking talking. His request is Salt Bay, which Persona 5.
Salt Bay.
They did a remake of Persona 5 and they added a new character who does the Salt Bay thing. It's so funny. I was really surprised when I saw it. It's like they're at like a school picnic and he's making like soup and then he whips out the Salt Bay move.
Didn't you say, Joseph, weren't we like maybe watching one of Brian's streams at the same time and he was like welcoming me back and you were like, I was in a coma and I got nothing. Or so you said something like,
oh yeah, you were gone for like a week.
Yeah.
And the fanfare, blah 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 blah. I was gone for 2 months in the hospital. And then I return and I think Joshua Hanlon was like, oh, we haven't seen Joseph in a while. And then Brian goes, yeah, he's been in a coma. Which is not true. I was not in a coma.
That's how rumors start.
Yeah.
See, and here I thought you were. I was like, were you
Brian, I knew you'd both be fine.
I really thought you were in a coma. Because this is how rumors start, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, no, I was not in a coma.
I was like, for somebody who's really good at stories, he doesn't tell the coma story very often. I love it because this is all the thing about this one is that it's also like edited or drawn so badly. I don't know if it's a drawing or if it's just a Photoshop edit or something. Because it looks...
Well, I think we got an answer from Lindsay. Said, wait, was it Lindsay? Oh no, Ben. This is a cake. It's a cake.
Oh, it's a cake?
Yeah.
Is Joseph only invited because you feel bad he was in a coma?
It's no. This is my Make-A-Wish thing.
So when I decided on memes for today, I don't know why, but he came to mind immediately. I was like, oh, I feel like Joseph would rock this episode. I feel like this is in his blood. But I mean, I didn't know because he's never come on stream to help me before. But I was like, I'll ask. I'll see if he's available.
Yeah.
And you're always welcome back. You're
yeah.
welcome back. You if you can make it work, it's all right.
Yeah.
I don't force people to come in and hang out with me. It does help, though. It does help.
Yeah, no, I'd always be down. And I've always been mean to him. Like, oh, I should volunteer one week. And I'm always like, he always has like, there's always someone else who's like, oh, well, I always imagine people are like, oh, I'll do it. I'll do it. So I always figure that you have like a line of folks ready to be it like Jeff or Brian or Steve.
Yeah. Well, Steve is, he's a teacher.
Yeah.
And so he helps a lot during the summer. And actually he was like, hey, now that I'm out, I'm happy to help out a lot more, which I appreciate. And then Ken used to help me out a lot too. And then he switched up his job. So it's just schedule and availability for folks is the key. My sister loves this Elmo meme so much that she painted it and hung it up in her room.
Aw, he looks cute. You made him look really cute.
Yeah, he should be more squished, I think, but that's all right.
You could just like trace it and then kind of like, wah.
Yeah, just like here, just take the artwork.
Yeah.
And wait, no, that's not what I wanted. I don't know if that helped.
Yeah, that's it.
Squished it even more. All right, let's put some color. And I'll add the fire.
No, we have not done the Rickroll meme. It is in the chat though.
This meme makes me think of Isabel. And Jeff doesn't have a life, so he volunteered. No, I don't say you don't have a life. You are wonderfully available very often, and that does help me a lot. I
was about to tell a story, but I don't want to get canceled.
Don't get canceled. We can't be canceling. Well, wait until you're not on the show, then you can get canceled. Let's see.
Well, I'll say this. There was a YouTube channel that I used to really, really like growing up that recently got canceled because they're like, this is really like not okay. The jokes they were making, it's like really edgy early 2000s humor from like 2000 and like, I don't know, 9, I don't know. And one of the shticks was that the little girl hated Elmo, and her whole thing, she was a little puppet, and her whole thing was that she was supposed to be on Sesame Street, but then Elmo took her job or something. So she hated Elmo, and she would always like, and so she'd get fan art of people like her like smacking Elmo around and like that kind of stuff.
All hail Beelzebub, says Nick. He wubs me, says Moto.
We have a lot of people wanting you, the last one, to be the Rick Ashley.
That sounds like a good thing to end on.
Yeah.
I especially don't want to lose Brian's support across all platforms.
Yeah, that $1 a month, that'll do you in.
I think he's at 5, but
yes. That tier 1 patron support.
That's what makes it or breaks it.
You know what? I think I've mentioned this in chats before, and in your chat, in Brian's chat, and Beyond the Bricks chat, and no one has ever addressed it. So I'm gonna say it now.
Go ahead.
You and Brian, I don't know how much you support each other on, but I'm like, if you both support each other, all you're doing is like, it doesn't help. You're just paying fees. So like, you're giving $5 to get $4 back from Brian, and you're giving Brian or the opposite, whatever. Yes. I'm like, you both are just losing money.
But it's all, you know what? You need a hush. It's all about the optics, man. It's the optics. But yes, there's been a time when it's like, oh yeah, me and Joey are basically passing money back and forth, and me and Brian are passing money back and forth. But I get it. I know what you mean.
Yeah, but it's not. It is nice. Like I totally get it. It's a display of appreciation and support.
I just let him give me his money. One way.
Isabel has gotten a 20-pound tip from Mr. Rick Astley. Is it Rick or Rich? I don't know. I thought it was Rich. It is Rick. It's Rick.
All right, now let's do the background. So start with the
flames,
the blackness, and then put the fire over it. Oops.
Oh,
his eyes are gone.
I like this. I think this looks good. If you just round out the pupils a bit, it makes them look more demented, in my opinion.
What did I? Oh, okay, I see. I just need to add more white to the. I don't think I'll leave it that way.
I liked it.
Classy.
Oh, you're right, Jeff. It's called a Rickroll, not a Rich roll. Fair point.
I need to see what I'm doing. There we go.
I was never known for my brains, nor my beauty.
All right, and then now we need some flames. This has been entertaining. This has been an entertaining episode.
I think so. I enjoyed it. I remember.
Good.
my friend in 6th grade, her name is Katriana Cobb. She taught me how to draw. Like, she drew flames, and I thought they were so cool. And I was like, dang, that's cool. So I would draw them like that all the time.
That's
And
cool.
so even to this day, every time I have to draw fire, because it's so all the time, it always pops up. I always draw it how she taught me all those years ago.
I'm constantly looking at how artists do stuff like things in nature, like rocks or trees or leaves or wind. And so many of them have these wonderful techniques of they're just like, and we'll just do a couple of lines here, and then there we go, and there it is. Like, what? What? I think I can do that sometimes in certain circumstances, but it's pretty impressive. Little brighter. Great episode. No dislikes so far. That's good.
Yay.
I'm sure we could probably fix that before we're done. There's always one. Every episode has the one.
Yeah, this time it was going to be Brian when we were talking about RuPaul's Drag Race. It was about to be him.
Oh, he was threatening the.
No, he wasn't threatening it. Oh, thank you for this. Thank you for the kind words, Cranky.
So far, yes. So far. Yeah, appreciate it.
Miss Cranky Bricks. She's good people. She's very sweet.
I'm all about good people.
I was in a Discord call yesterday until like 3 a.m. And at one point everyone's like, okay, we're all going to bed. We're all leaving. And then as we all leave, Cranky Bricks joins. And then I get like a message. She's like, the second I join, everyone leaves. I'm like, whoops. I'm like, I'm still going to bed. She lives in the UK, so, and all the rest of us are in the US.
Gotcha.
So
yeah.
She was like waking up and ready to start her day playing some Genshin Impact, and the rest of us were going to bed. And then I noticed, because I'll be like, oh, I'm going to bed, and then I'll just do like my final browsing of the internet, and then I'll go to bed maybe like 20 minutes later. Everyone's like, oh, I'm going to bed too. Everyone was still playing.
Yeah, everyone's lying.
But I get that. It's like sometimes it's like I've been chatting with people for like 4 hours, and I'm like, okay, I'm done socializing. I'm ready to just like do my own thing. But I thought it was so funny because everyone's like, it's so late. It's time for me to go to bed.
It's time for me to go. All right. Now
and then everyone's still playing.
That's Yep. That's how it is sometimes. All right. Finish this one up, and then we'll do the next one, which may potentially might be the last one. We'll do the.
Why do you feel personally attacked? Oh, because no, Jeff. Actually, I think more often than not, you will say, "I'm going to bed," and then you go to bed before I'll say it.
One dislike. There we go. There it is. Let me fuse those together. There we go.
Brian, who's the comedian here?
That one's a pretty good. There's a lot of good ones in this one.
It's about you're the reason why I played Genshin for 5 hours instead of sleeping. It's addictive, y'all.
Funny Figs does have funny in his name. Just saying.
Sus. Oh, speaking of sus, I saw this really funny TikTok of this this woman does like stupid fake pregnancy announcements. And this one, it was so funny. She's sitting there, and it's like a classic like pregnancy announcement. She's like holding her stomach, and like her like partner's like hugging her, and she goes, "Mommy and Daddy have been acting real sus in medbay. The imposter will be venting this December. Welcome to the world. Bush did 9/11 877 cash now."
Oh my goodness.
That got me so good. I probably watched it like 30 times. It's so funny.
All right, I'm going to throw this in the chat so we can start this one up. Rick Astley. Never going to give you up. I'll put the Facebook one up.
Imposter of the Vent is a great meme. I'm not familiar.
I just remembered Addie was like, he looks like a zombie. Yep, that's his natural state. That's Steve Buscemi's natural look. All right.
Oh yeah, Joey, I always struggle with lag because I'll be on my phone and then I'll
Don't
be
get
on like a Twitch stream and there'll be so much lag that I'll be fully commenting like 35 seconds after it's relevant.
that's the
So
worst.
it's so embarrassing. Because then they'll read the comment, they're like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "It
Yep.
was relevant, I promise. I'm answering your question from 3.5 minutes ago."
Yeah, you can't. I mean, that's game over then. Like time to go, time to bail.
Change involved.
877 cash now. Call
So,
JJ Wentworth.
I like that one. It's like for college. It's like an online school that had like a really catchy commercial. I don't remember.
That does not narrow anything down. It's for college and it has catchy music.
Education
okay.
Connection. That's it. Education Connection.
It's like that means nothing. You know, the college.
Yeah, you know that one school.
One school. Got it.
Yeah, thank you, Andrew. Andrew knows what I'm talking about. There's this one, it's like some local shopping mall, not local to me, but I mean like a small with a bunch of like local shops was trying to get in on that funny commercial. Had a little girl singing so shyly. It's like weird whimpering tones. It just cuts different shoe or all these different words, and they're saying what the lady goes like: shoes, new shoes, backpacks,
I think
candles.
you're like turning into a robot on my end. Can you
Am
guys hear
I?
Joseph? You're like being super robotic.
Oh no.
You're back right now, but almost the whole time you were talking, I was like, he's saying something.
Oh, well, I don't need to repeat it. It's not worth repeating. It's not that funny.
Oh, well, that's a shame.
He's going full moto. No, Moto, I'm not dropping things. I'm not throwing. I'm not throwing my art around the room.
That's another one, Joey. That to the Empire Today.
That's a good one.
800-588-2300.
Empire Today.
I remember like when I was seeing that commercial, I don't know what age I was at, and I'm like, wait a minute. Is that worker in the back putting up curtains a carbon copy of the guy in the front who's telling me I'm like, are there clones in this business?
See, Joey Maniac for Bricks, he knows it. Backpacks, come get your backpacks. It's so stupid.
Is that from what you were talking about with the school thing?
This is like a silly little mall commercial.
I don't know that one. Unfortunately.
It might be worth a watch. I can't decide.
You're fine now, but we lost you for a little while. So
I wiggled my my headset.
That's what you get, man, for doing that.
No, like I wiggled it, and then you said it started working again.
Oh, okay. Then good job then.
Yeah, I'm on a very old computer, so it needs help. Send me money on PayPal, friends. Buy me a new computer.
Start a Patreon. I'll give you money.
I have nothing to offer. You're not getting anything in return.
I'll give you back what you. It's a thought that counts, Jones.
Yeah.
I love that this guy, Rick Astley, is like all about it, and he's like he goes out and sings the song like now currently with people, and he's all about he just doesn't mind it at all. He's like, yep, that's whatever.
There's this new she's relatively new female rapper on the scene. She just gained relevancy. She's been around for a while, called Doja Cat, And she has like this one song that went huge called Say So. And it's like her biggest song. It's like her biggest hit. And she's like, I'm no longer singing this song. She's like, I'm done singing it. Because it's the only song that anyone ever wants her to sing. Like, she's released records since then, but if she's ever on a television show, she was at the Grammys, they all want her to sing this one specific song. It is her catchiest song, by the way.
I see.
And it's her most like pop record-y, so it's like easily marketable.
Yeah.
Not like too niche. It's like not too R&B that non-R&B fans wouldn't like it. It's not too much rap that like rap fans wouldn't like it. It's like a good mix. But she's over it.
Doesn't want to do it. You offer a legendary catalog of memes. That's highly valued.
Someone just quit at Cody's work and sent a super petty, angry text to everyone that works there. Heavy eye roll. I always wanted to like quit work in like a big.
Yeah, everyone does. Everybody wants to do that.
The closest I've done, my father hates when I tell this story, but it's so funny. It was my last day working at the aforementioned craft store, and my boss was like, "It's your last day." The manager of the store was like, "It's your last day. Go. You don't have to work the registers. Just go into the clearance section and just." Everything in clearance, mark it an additional 90% off. Because that was that day. Everything in clearance gets marked 99 or 90% off until it's a penny. So she's like, just go do that. And so that's what I was doing. But then I got called up to the register anyway. And this woman came up with a bunch of clearance items. And I was like, oh, these are all supposed to be a penny. I'm like, so if you don't mind, I can go print out new price labels for you and save you money. We weren't particularly busy. And the lady's like, oh, of course, please do it. So I'm sitting there marking it. And then the customer service manager shows up and she's like, what are you doing up here? I'm like, oh, I explained what happened. She's like, that's not your job. I'm like, what do you mean it's not my job? And she's like, you shouldn't be arbitrarily changing prices for customers. Do you know these people? I'm like, I don't know these people. And I explained their clearance. It's like June 21st, which means we're supposed to move everything over to the next clearance season, blah, blah, blah. And she got all mad at me. And she was the one who told me to stop helping that customer.
Yep.
And I said to her, I said, are you telling me in front of these customers that I should knowingly overcharge our customers? And she's like, that's not what I'm saying. You're just wasting this woman's time. And the lady's like, I don't mind. Because who wouldn't mind saving some money? And but she got so mad at me, and then she like stormed. And I told her, I was like, I know that customer service isn't your biggest priority. We have evidence of that, which she did not like.
We have evidence of this.
So she like stormed off, and then it was my lunch break, so I was leaving, and then it was my last day, and I was walking back, and I heard her like talking about me. And she was like, blah, 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 blah. He was up there. I'm like, why are you still talking about me, Michelle? I'm like, why are you still talking about this? I already explained this to you. I wasn't breaking any rules. They were incorrectly priced. And she's like, no, I wasn't saying anything bad. She's like, I was just confirming the rules. I'm like, with a junior seasonal hire? You're confirming our store policies with our seasonal hire. That's suspect, Michelle. And she was like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And
I would watch this show. Whatever this show is, I would watch it.
And then she's like, blah, 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 blah. It's just, I'm a manager and you shouldn't have said that in front of a customer. I'm like, you are not a manager, Michelle. I'm like, you're a glorified cashier with a name, with what is that? A lanyard. You're a glorified cashier with a lanyard. I'm like, that's what you are. And she did not like that. And then she's like, I'm going to go tell, what was her name? Roberta, the store manager. I'm like, I clock out in 2 hours and I'm never coming back. Go tell her. I don't care. What are you going to do? Fire me when I have 2 hours left on my shift? Go for it.
Yep. This is the show I'm here for. Exactly. I agree completely.
That's my story. That's my tale. And I
There's
would go back in a heartbeat. I loved working retail.
Good for you, I guess.
So I didn't throw a complete fit, but I did tell a store manager that she sucks at her job and she's a cashier with a lanyard.
Let's see. Loving this. Thoughts on adding a backdrop? Maybe. We've got like this kind of hazy. It's like, yeah, I guess I'll do that. I've got some backdrops on some of these other ones, so let's see here. It's like this kind of like hazy, weird architecture window thing going on here. And it'll help fill up a little bit more time since we're here in the last like 12-ish minutes.
I once told a customer she was cheap. She was trying to break she was trying to use too many coupons, and which I was explaining to her. I'm like, you can't use multiple coupons. I'm really sorry, ma'am. And if she had pushed it, I would have like let her split up her order or whatever. But then she turns to her friend and she goes like, she's like, I'm an educated woman, blah, 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 blah. Who is this high school dropout working at a craft store telling me how to spend my money? Which I'm like, well, that's just rude. I'm like, you know nothing about me. And that's not a great thing to say about service employees, like, and retail workers, like, just rude.
What's wrong?
Yeah, she's like, what's stopping me from going to another register and
who cares?
Checking out from there. So I looked at her. I said, what's stopping me from going on the intercom and telling everyone you're cheap? I got reported. I got reported for that, which I deserved.
I mean, I can't imagine why. It's just great. Oh my goodness. But I feel like this backdrop, I'm looking at it, I don't really think it looks like it's just this crazy pattern. It doesn't even really have like a...
If I recall correctly, it's like, it's like a window. It's like a church window.
Right, but it's like, there's not even like a pattern. There's not even a pattern. Oh, you're right.
It's weird.
It's like, it just goes all over the place.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, kind of Art Nouveau-y to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, my manager was like, Joseph, sometimes we shouldn't say things, even if we are correct.
Right.
We shouldn't say them out loud.
So I've said this story before, but once upon a time when I was assistant manager, I had a cashier. Well, I was at the door and this old man comes up to me and he's like super angry. And he's like, what are you going to do about him? And he points to the cashier and I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, that guy just called me an asshole. And I was like, and then he like marched away. I was like kind of in shock. I was like, okay. Mm-hmm. And then I go over to the register and I didn't for a second believe that customer for a second. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that guy says you call him an asshole. And my cashier's like, well, that's because I did. I was like, it was so like, I was like, oh. And like, I was just so like caught off guard. And I was like, could you tell me what happened? And he told me the whole story. And yeah, the guy was rude and he deserved it, but still, you know how it is.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I sat there and I was like, after he told me, and I just kind of looked at him and I was like, I have to fire you now. And he was like, oh, I kind of figured. And I was like, I'm sorry, but I mean, I'll let you finish your day so you can have the hours. He's like, thanks, Kevin. I was like, you're welcome. And he was like, nope, I understand. Totally.
And Cranky, that is an unfair assessment. There's this, and Cranky's just getting revenge because I made this joke on her stream. There's this Twitch streamer who she was like, oh, if you want to subscribe, let me know. Like, please subscribe, blah, blah, blah. And someone's like, oh, I can't afford it. And she's like, if you can't afford it, you shouldn't be watching Twitch. Instead of wasting your time watching me on Twitch, go get a job. And that's what Cranky's saying that I would be like if I had a Twitch. Which is not true.
Make it a little lighter just to get that hazy fuzziness back there. I think that'll do. So, I mean, we still have 10 minutes. I don't know if there's like a really easy one.
Let's take a look. There's
like something cartoony, or I don't know.
Let's see. We have like Surprise Pikachu. So we already did Peppa Pig.
Beep. You mean like this, Peppa?
The soup time meme, if I recall, you could make that relatively simple. It's a frog. It's like just a little frog.
Let me take a look at it.
That could be done simple, I think.
We got some grade A material here on this canvas, though.
Yeah, this is a good collection of memes.
Yeah, like what is the study of memology? I've never seen this one.
Me neither.
The soup thing? I've never seen
I don't know. Soup time. I don't know. I kind of like it though.
Milan, maybe just do an imposter. There's always one.
Oh my gosh, Joey, that is so funny, but also terrible at the same time.
For context, yes, she was.
Are we going to do soup dude? Are we going to draw an imposter? What are you thinking?
I think the soup one is not as easy as one might think.
Okay.
But maybe we just let it ride. It's only 9 minutes now, so now we just need to let it ride. Surprise Pikachu. Let me take a look at that again. That one actually probably is pretty easy to do real quick. Yeah. I could probably do that one real quick. Hidden up here in the corner.
Do you want me to repost the original person, or are you just going to pull one from the chat?
Oh, who said... can you... Yeah, you put it in the chat again. What's up, Rick?
I'm trying to find it.
Do the Spider-Man pointing meme. That would not be easy to do.
Oh, wait, I think this is... If I'm not mistaken, this is your sister.
Oh, yeah. Catherine?
Catherine, yeah.
Yeah, it's my sister. Dat Boy Frog. Oh, that would have been a good... Yeah, next time. That Dat Boy. Once upon a time, I was going to build that out of Lego at one point, but...
There we go. It's in the chat.
No more. Let's see. Okay. Thank you. Put that up there.
Ooh, or Cranky wants another story. I've told this one on a couple live streams, but it's always a good one. My friend was working at the register behind me, and this customer was getting real nasty with her and just being mean and blah, 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 blah. And I didn't like it, so I turned around and I was like, ma'am, like, do you need help? Is there, like, what's going on? Or, oh, no. My friend was explaining something to her, and she's like, that's not correct. So I was turning around to like inform her. I was like, actually, ma'am, just so you're aware, this is the policy on that, blah, 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 blah. And then she looks at me, she's like, I don't want to speak to you.
always a good way to start.
Yeah, she's like, I don't want to talk to you. She's like, I want to speak with someone who can help me. And I was like, I know exactly the person. And I went on the intercom and I said, I was like, I need security. I have a hostile customer at Register 1.
That's just the stuff, like, you know, I can't. Like, I dealt with that for almost 10 years of my life.
Yeah.
And yes, you get used to it. And I mean, it's sad that you have to.
Yeah.
It's sad that you have to get used to it, but you get used to it. You also, you know, if you do your job well, you move up in the chain. And I did. I moved up. I was a store manager at one point, and it never matters. It honestly never really matters, because there's always going to be somebody above you. And there's always going to be that threat from the crazy irate people. Like, you know, I mean, they can always go higher. Always. It's like, well, I'm not happy. Let me talk to the district manager. Or I'm not happy. Let me talk to corporate. Or I'm not, you know, and they'll always overrule you no matter what. And so it's just like, I just get sick of it, because there are so many people out there that are incredibly rude for no reason. Mm-hmm. And they have ridiculous standards of what's acceptable, and they're just entitled. And it's just like, get over it.
Mind you, we did not have store security. It did not exist.
You should make it up. Yeah.
It was just an empty threat. And also, mind you, if you are to people in the retail industry, we do make fun of you after you leave. Like,
Yeah.
none of us are on your side. The other customers are making fun of you.
None of us are
Everyone's
on your
talking-
side.
None of us are on your side. What you just did is embarrassing. Because
Yeah.
when you're subject to that, you have to make fun of it at some point. So
Yeah.
the moment you walk out of that door, even if the manager's like, "We're so sorry," the second you walk out that door, we're all like making fun of you, making faces about you. You are the butt of the joke that day.
And maybe for the rest of your life.
Yeah. I worked there in like 2019. I'm still talking about it.
Yep. Is that who you want to be? Is that what you want to do with your life?
Oh yeah, that's a good one. When the Karen wants to speak to the manager while presently talking to the manager.
Yeah. But then they're all, like I said, they always, okay, then who's the district manager? Who's the owner? Who,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like there's always another person. So
yeah, I want to talk to the board of directors.
It's just like you would think that it's like, oh, I finally made it. Now I'm in charge. It's like, no, there's always a bigger fish.
And it's like, if the CEO can't do it, well, you know what? I'm going to go disrupt your supply chain. It never ends.
It really doesn't. It never ends. I'm going to go leave a nasty review on social media. It's like, ugh.
Ooh, so in my town, we have a bunch of competing nail salons, which is like pretty normal. And there's all this drama because the owners of the nail salons will leave fake nasty reviews on each other's nail salons to detract business. And then they get called out on Yelp. It's good stuff. So like we have one called like Angel Nails, which is next to Best Buy. And they had like this nasty review being like, I got like a nail infection, blah, 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 blah. And then someone comments, Andy, I know this is you. I know this is you. Your store is tacky. That's why you're losing business. Like, blah, 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 blah. No one likes you and you don't do good acrylics. And your gel is lumpy. Like,
your gel is lumpy. All right, there we go. We finished the Pikachu stunned up there in the top. That one was pretty easy, I guess.
Go off, Jeff. Good for you.
And the owner's gonna go. Yeah. Yep. Security.
That's a cute little Pikachu.
Thank you. It's a slightly off model, but I mean the image itself is off model. Yeah. So it's like it's an off model of an off model.
What's it called when like during animation where it's like where like the picture gets a little bit slushy?
You mean like when it's stretched?
Yeah.
Well, the technique is squash and stretch. Where you'll be like, if something needs to go really quickly from one point to the other, the next frame is just like this long blob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's what it comes from. It's like an in between two keyframes, maybe.
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah, there probably is a little bit of that action going on for sure. Yeah. All right, so we're at the last couple minutes. So I'm going to take you guys on a tour through the meme vault of today. So I'm going to start down here in the lower right. This was my warm up. So I did this before we hit the live button. This is my favorite meme. Is the butterfly? Is this a whatever? Fill in the blank. So that was mine. We've got Big Chungus here.
That's so horrifying.
Oh yeah, there you go, Joey. Smears. I've heard smears before.
Yeah.
And then we've got this is fine. This is fine. This is fine. There's the this is fine dog. Here's Grumpy Cat. Big chunga lunga bunga. This one came out pretty good. Kermit drinking the tea.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about the neck folds. And we've got Steve Buscemi. Hello, fellow youths. Hello, fellow youths. All right, we've got this is the oh, what is that? Oh, I did a weird thing right here on the hair. I'll have to fix that later. Oh, it was part of the I was doing the fuzzy background. That's what I did. Oh well, it's easy to fix. I can fix that. I'll fix it right now before I forget. This is the cat pointing, the two ladies screaming, and they're pointing at the cat with the little salad plate. That's funny. All right, let's
Yeah, this person, I forgot who it was. This person's lucky. They got like a really big one.
Yes. Yep.
Congrats.
A little bit more. All right, so there we go. That one's that face.
I love it. It's so good. And his plate of like wilted lettuce. Love it.
And then, hello, Miner Makes Mocks. We are actually done for today, so we're just finishing up, going on the tour. This is Joseph's. This is Manila, right?
Well, that's Naomi. That's Naomi.
Naomi. Oh, but it's called the Manila meme or something.
Yeah,
I don't even remember.
Yeah, she's eliminating Manila.
That's what. Okay. Yes. Yeah. We have customized it. So there you go. Here is Batman slapping Robin. This one's pretty funny if you know the stream tradition. Stop it. Here's the puppet of the monkey looking sideways.
Yeah, I think your sister recommended. Your sister got 3 this time. Good for her.
You know, family, right?
Yeah, nepotism.
Nepotism at its finest. Here's Peppa Pig. This is a good one. Peppa
I love
Pig.
that.
Beep. There's a lot of good. I'm happy today. All
yeah,
right, so
this is a great one.
Here's Elmo with the flames. And then here we got our Rick rolled Rick Astley singing fuzzy window background. Yeah. And then ended up with a very quick shocked Pikachu.
Yeah.
There you go. So this was episode 69, which was all about memes. Thank you again, Joseph, for helping me out today.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
And as always, it's not just for the live audience. You are welcome back if your schedule allows, or if you're interested, you can come back anytime and help out. This was, again, as a reminder, this is the last one for the near future that I have chosen the theme. So starting next episode, episode 70, we're going to start pulling Patreon submitted themes. So if you are a current patron of mine, if you are on this list right here, make sure you head online and put your suggestion if you haven't already. Unless you don't want to, there's no obligation to do it. But each patron is allowed to submit a couple themes, and we'll be pulling from that for the near future. So that'll be a lot of fun. And I'll contact when your theme is coming up. I'll contact you because I want to make sure each patron that submitted one gets something drawn for them in that episode. So yes, all about memes today. Yes, 69th episode is the meme one. Of course. And I don't know what the theme is yet. I need to go to the list and pick one and then contact whoever was the one that suggested it. But I'll do that this weekend. Again, as another reminder, I've got a whole bunch of new products over on my Etsy store. I've got all the dog stickers, Bomberman, Squirtle Squad, Squirtle with the mirror shades. There's a wave of Zelda stickers and the Full Metal Alchemist brothers. The Elric brothers are up. They're all up there. They'll be on my website in a couple days, but right now they're on Etsy. So if you're anxious and you want to go pick up some, head over there. Would appreciate that. Joseph, is there anything that you want to use this opportunity to promote or plug or share or anything?
Not really. I don't really have much going on. My Instagram account is on my name, FARON_MOC. If you were into Lego content, I can't promise that I post much. But that's pretty much all I got going on. Okay. Catch me in the live stream comments. He's a master chatter. That's my favorite thing to do. You are a master chatter for sure. Very, very entertaining. So thanks, everybody. Thank you again for watching live or after the fact if you're catching this on the replay. If you're not already subscribed on YouTube, please hit the sub button. Getting really close to that 1,000 when I can finally start making some pennies from my YouTube content. If you're watching on Twitch or Facebook, throw me a follow. If you enjoyed things today, click the like button. Give me the heart. Give all those things to validate everything I'm doing. The Doodle Stream airs every Friday morning from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern time, unless something else is going on, like I'm sitting in a hospital bed. But it doesn't happen too often. Usually we're here every single Friday. Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. Enjoy your weekend. And I will catch you guys next Friday for our first patron-submitted theme of the Doodle Stream. Thanks for watching. See ya.